It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. The San Juan Broncos cruise through the 2A state quarterfinals and semifinals with easy wins over Judge Memorial and Summit Academy in the past 2 weeks. Tonight, they'll try to accomplish what only 3 teams in the state of Utah before them have: win at least 5 state championships in a row. We're glad you've joined us. Live from Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman, it's the top-ranked San Juan Broncos versus the number 3 South Summit Wildcats in the 2A Utah State Football Championship game. Welcome to Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome live to Zions Bank Stadium here in Harriman, Utah. Absolutely beautiful evening here tonight as we get set to close out this 2025 high school football season with the San Juan Broncos taking on the South Summit Wildcats in the 2025 2A state title game here tonight. Rhett Sifford and Art Adair welcoming you in tonight. And Art, this is going to be a fun one between a couple teams who duked it out a few weeks ago at South Summit's place, and San Juan had the major edge there. That was kind of their coming out party. The Broncos, Bo Yeoman passed for 460 yards in that game, and they went in there and smacked South Summit in the mouth. So you know the Wildcats will be looking for revenge here today.
Yeah, I think you saw a lot of good things out of the Broncos that game. Kind of put a lot of things together that we've been seeing hit and miss throughout the first part of the season. But South Summit, they've played a heck of a schedule since that game. They went in their next game losing to Layton Christian Academy 29-16, and they've been on a roll, 6 in a row. Beat the number 2 team in the semis in South Sevier. And so they're just a team that's rip-roaring, ready to go. You can't week 4, week 5, when they played, that's history. You got to come out now and complete plays, do everything you've been taught. Both teams, I think, are on the rise right now, and so I expect a hard-hitting, smash-mouth, physical football game. Yeah,
it's been, it's been 8 weeks, a couple months, and so these are 2 completely different teams than what we saw at that point. I think both have been building momentum. And in just a second, we'll talk with Coach Levi Thompson in his first year with the Wildcats. He's got an 8-4 record this season, obviously, and we talk about that and some other things. But, boy, San Juan has dominated this series going back to 1975, 35 wins to 4. They won 69-12 in that game on September 12th. This is the 6th time, Art, that these teams have met in the 2A state championship game, and the Broncos have won all 5 of the previous meetings. 43-28 in 2023 was the last time they met. So you know South Summit is going to look to be changing that here tonight.
Yeah, they definitely have that chip on their shoulder. They want to get the monkey off their back, and they want to take down the giant, which is San Juan football in the 2A.
Yep.
So it's going to be, I reiterate, I think this first quarter is going to set the tone for the last 3.
Well, San Juan comes in ranked number 1. South Summit comes in ranked number 3. I mentioned Levi Thompson in his first year at the helm of this Wildcat squad with the 8-4 record. We did finally get a chance to talk with him. We were up in the we had to climb a ladder to get up in their rafters to look down on that field back on September 12th, so it was really kind of a cool vantage point. But once we were up there, we were up there. Didn't get a chance to talk with either Coach Barkley Christensen or Levi Thompson, so I was happy to get a chance to meet him today and chat with him, and it was a fun conversation. Let's hear what he has to say as his team looks to bring down the Goliath in 2A football here this evening. Coach, your first year at the helm of this team, not too shabby here in the state championship game your first year.
No, kind of where our goal was. We were wanting to come in as a staff and get the kids where we felt like they were capable of being here, and they've jumped right on board, and we're right here where we want to be. So,
tell me about this team.
Man, they've came a long ways. Mainly heart. At the end of the day, they've always had the skill, just mindset that. They've really dug deep. We had some tough goes at the first of the year, but, man, we're a whole different team than when we were at the first. So it's excited to see them grow.
Well, everybody is. The last time we saw you, you only had 4 games under your belt. I really wanted to talk to you that game, but we were up in your Sky press booth, which was a great vantage point. And you guys had a hard game against San Juan that first game. They came to your place and took it to you a little bit. So I know you've got some revenge on your mind here today.
Yeah, no, they got out on us early, and we were flat. And, man, on a team like this, it's as good as they are. You can't come out flat. And they did. They got on top of us. And Yeah, we've been waiting for this game. Not only the kids, but the staff and everybody. We've been wanting another game against them, and we've got here now, so we're ready to roll. So,
tell me what's different with this team than when we saw you a few weeks ago.
Biggest thing is they've just grown up. They've mentally and confidence has gotten a lot better. Really, we were missing a few kids that helped us a lot when we were playing that first game, and we had to change a few of our strategies that we normally do. And a few things was on us as a coaching staff that first go-around, too. We ran a few things that we thought would work and didn't, and so it was nice to be able to adjust that a little bit coming into this game. So
it's not bad to lose like that early in the year. That helps you learn for the rest of the year.
It does, yeah. I mean, it got us where we knew. I mean, we knew we needed to change stuff, right? And the kids did too. And I don't think it had nothing to do with skill or anything like that. It was just more of coaches. We had to be better with stuff, and same with the kids, and they knew that, and they've been grinding ever since. So,
what do you think are the main strengths that you guys bring to the table here tonight?
We've been a lot better. One thing we've been focusing on defense is getting more physical. We were very soft first of the year. We've gained a ton of confidence in that. And then offensively, our run game first of the year was not great. A lot better now. A lot of confidence, 2 running backs that run well, quarterback that does as well. So I feel like we've changed those 2 big things a lot. So.
Sometimes it takes years to build a system, build a program. Do you feel like this is a group that's bought in early on?
Yes, yep. And I think the senior groups really, really just caught on to that. They came in and have just bought into everything we're doing, which it takes. And the younger kids as well, our younger teams did well all year. I think they only lost twice. So we were able to really get our system in, and didn't take near as long as it sometimes does. So we were happy with that. So,
what are you going to have to do differently here tonight to upset these guys?
Our defense in general, all the way around. We have to stop the run. I mean, they're tough there, and pass. I mean, they're all around great. So we have to be a lot better on defense, and our offense has to control the ball. They have to, at the end of the day, we've got to take care of business on that, make sure we're finishing drives, and holding the ball in our offense's hand as long as we can. So,
Coach, appreciate you chatting with us. Good luck out there tonight, man. Have fun. It's exciting to be in the state championship game.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate you.
And a good conversation with Coach Levi Thompson. Appreciate chatting with him and him taking time out of his schedule to do that with us this evening. And Art, you hear him talk about the guys who are helping the running game and how that's come on as the season's gone. That's Bryce Pulver and Brody Larson. It's not going to be a one-man attack like what you see with San Juan and Jagger Neves. It's going to be a 2-man attack in the running game for South Summit.
Well, I stuck around and watched that South Summit South Sevier game over there last weekend to SUU, and I was impressed with how they just maintained possession. They just kept moving the ball down the field. They held the number 2 ranked in the RPI team to 0 points. They beat them 34-0. It wasn't a blowout, though. They scored once in the first, twice in the second, and once, I think, in the third, a couple times in the fourth. But it's just they did South Summit things, and what they need to do is just control the ball, slow the game down. Because like Coach said, if they get in a foot race San Juan, you can't compete with that.
Yep.
So they're going to have to really manage the clock here by getting first downs, setting themselves up with third and manageable, and then just really controlling the ball. I think it might come down to if they can do those things and they can, take 9 minutes off the clock with a sustained drive and score, it's going to come down to those turnovers and those penalties for either team. So that, last week they did a great job against South Sevier. Take it for what it was, but at the same time, they didn't rout them, and so
right.
I think that bodes well for these Broncos.
Well, between those two boys, they have over 1,600 rushing yards. Pulver has 778 coming in, so he's averaging about 71 a game. Larson with 587 in his 11 games, so he's just over 50 yards per game. So it's not huge numbers, but like you say, it's that methodical possession-type game. 11 touchdowns for Pulver in the rushing game, 6 for Larson. And let's not sell the quarterback short. He's only got 65 rushing yards this year. Some of that might have to do with sacks and loss of yardage, but he's carried the ball for 7 touchdowns himself. So he's a guy they might use to run the ball, depending on the circumstance as well. And speaking of the quarterback, Ian Mayer, the junior, has 2,457 passing yards. So he's not as volatile per se as Bo Yeomans for San Juan, but he's up there. He's not too bad. He's completing almost 60% of his passes on the season. And Art, he's averaging over 223 yards per game in the passing game for them.
Yeah, South Summit's a team that knows how to win. And obviously this year they've shown that with the new coaching staff coming in and kind of revitalizing that program. And sometimes, like you said in your pregame, sometimes it takes a couple of years. But sometimes you just get a spark, and you get a young coaching staff that just comes in and lights a fire under the kids. But let's not forget, this is a program that through the past decades knows how to win football games. They know how to get here to the championship. And so these kids probably have uncles and dads and brothers and that have seen this kind of stuff. So it's not something that's new to that community.
Right. Well, that's a look. Let's see. As far as Mayer goes in the passing game, 29 touchdowns for him, only 7 interceptions. So those marks are pretty good. This is a team that has turned the ball over 17 times and has taken it away 23 times. So that might be a little closer than they want. And like you said, Art, if it comes down to turnovers tonight, that could be a situation maybe that South Sevier needs to curtail, obviously, on their side of things for the season. But that's a look real quick at the South Summit Wildcats as we get set to go in this 2025 2A state championship game here tonight at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. We'll take a break here on the Friday Night Lights pregame show. That's right, Friday Night Lights on a Saturday night. It gets a little crazy when we get into the postseason. We'll be right back to Harriman, where we'll switch gears and talk about the 4-time defending state champion San Juan Broncos looking for their 5th in a row tonight. Stay with us. It is Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Ready to own a home in Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, crafts personalized loans with top rates and expert support. Buying, refinancing, or building your dream home? We've got you covered. Sit with Britt and begin your home ownership adventure. Visit our local pros for all your mortgage lending needs. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Here at Lyle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lyle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. It is the 2025 2A state championship football game here this evening as the San Juan Broncos will be taking on the South Summit Wildcats. Art, it gets confusing when
it's a difficult one.
It's South and North Sevier, it's North and South Summit, it's all the summits, the Seviers, the North and South. It's crazy.
Too many Souths.
Rhett Sifford and Art Adair, I can't even remember my own name, welcoming you back in here tonight as we get set to go. And what should be a fun one, we've already chatted about the South Summit Wildcats a little bit. We want to talk about the San Juan Broncos now. And Art, I don't know what you can say about a team that has won 4 straight state championships, and they're trying to move into super elite. They're already elite, but they're trying to move into super elite company this evening. Right now, the consecutive state championships in the state of Utah, the record was done by West/Salt Lake, 8 of those from 1898. We're going way back now to 1905. 6 straight championships for East from 1917 to 23, and they did not play a title game in 1918, so that's a bit of an asterisk. And then 5, San Juan would tie Skyline if they win tonight from 1995 to 99. So obviously, Art, that goal is out in front of them, but it's just like they've done all season long. It's one game at a time. They just got to take care of this one here tonight, play their game, and I think they'll be 5-time state champions here tonight.
Yeah, you got to show up and play the game. Obviously, that's why we still play it. We don't just go off of what should happen or what looks good on paper. And we've seen throughout these playoffs and the semifinals last week some upsets. And so it's never a given here that who's going to win or who's not. You've got to go out and do what you do and hope to stop the other team.
Well, we talked about some of the personnel on the South Summit squad. Let's take a look at San Juan here real quick, and we'll talk about some stats as they do the coin toss, and then when we do the national anthem here in just a little bit. I don't know how well the audio works here tonight. We'll try to turn it over to that maybe. But actually, why don't we step aside for just a moment? We did chat with Barkley Christensen, the head coach of the San Juan Broncos, in his 9th year coming into this one here tonight. He has an 84-23 overall record, so he's obviously had a lot of success at the helm of the San Juan Broncos. We know that. Let's hear what he has to say as his team gets set to try to win their 5th straight state title here tonight.
Coach, you've obviously been building all season for this moment here in the state championship game. It's always exciting to be here. I mean, sometimes people might think it's old hat for you guys, but it's the same each year. This is the goal, not the full goal. The full goal is to come out of here victors tonight. But tell me your feelings coming in here.
Yeah, we're excited. I think we're locked in, and it's been our goal, like you said. I mean, we worked for this since last year's state championship, and some of these juniors were saying we're excited to go win 5. So we're here, and now it's, like you said, now we got to go cap it off.
There's no stopping. I mean, once you accomplish one thing, you just want to move on and accomplish the next thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a sick thing because you can't really get like our motto last year, it's hard to be satisfied when that's the case, but it's just we're hungry to win this one.
I can tell you're excited to go. We talk at the beginning of the year how fast the season goes, and obviously here in a couple hours it'll all be over. But what do you want to do here tonight? How do you want to come out in this one?
Man, we just want to come out on fire, hair blaze, and attack and get all over them. I mean, that's the goal. We can't fill them out. We can't wait around for things to happen. We can't wait for the next guy to make a play. We just got to come out and attack and attack and attack. We're all gas, no brakes, man, and that's how we want to come out.
You're a team that's been building to this point, that's been peaking, that's been improving, that's been building momentum. Do you feel like continuing coming in here tonight?
Yeah, I think so. This team, we've had really great moments. We've had moments where we've struggled in adversity. I was glad that kind of happened last week when it was tough to run the football because it was able for us, we were able to take a step back and say, hey, look, we are vulnerable, and then we got to come and earn everything we get. We got to come earn it.
Are the boys all business here tonight? Is there any nervousness? Are they excited? What's all the feelings?
I'm sure they're nervous. I think they're anxious. I think we're all just anxious to get it going.
Yeah. Okay, Coach, I appreciate it, man. We're going to have fun. This is going to be exciting, obviously. I guess one more question. This is a team that you beat up on their place a few weeks ago. Both of you teams are different since then. So does that concern you at all that they know what you bring now, that they've had a chance to see that, to adjust maybe?
Yeah, it's always hard to beat a team twice is what they, and they've got great athletes on their side, and I think we just jumped all over them in that game. And so we understand that game has nothing to do with how this one's going to play out. So, yeah, we got to go earn it again.
All right, Coach, thanks, man. Good luck. Have fun out there tonight, sir.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks.
Of the Star-Spangled Banner here tonight by San Juan's own Emery Black, an 8th grader, singing the national anthem tonight. She's also wearing Cameron Adair's jersey this evening. We know that kid. We've got someone connected to him on the broadcast tonight, sitting next to me. So,
man, if that doesn't give you chills and make you want to run through a brick wall, I tell you, she did an awesome job. That kid can sing.
It was excellent. I wish you guys could see Art, you guys. He's been he's been sweating bullets up here this evening, wanting to get this thing underway. I think you've probably been wanting to get this thing underway since last night. So
I tell you, Rhett, once you've stood on the sidelines, you've coached kids, it just gets in your veins, man, and it's just all the emotions, no matter if you're on the field or off, it's just always there, and you just want to get out there and lay the wood and get going.
Well, we've talked about this team all year. Bo Yeomans comes into this one with over 3,000 passing yards on the season now, 3,186 to be sure. 66% of his passes complete this season. He's passing for 200, almost 270 yards per game, and let's see, 31 touchdowns on the season, 12 interceptions. Jagger Neves, we've talked about him all season as well, almost 2,000 rushing yards now. And we do have a lot to say about this guy. Obviously, he's setting some marks all over the place. He's going to have some all-time Utah career marks. He'll be in second place in both points scored and touchdowns. He's got 524 points, 82 TDs in his career. He won't be able to match Austin Kafensis in either of those two marks, but he will be in second place all-time in the state of Utah, so that's pretty impressive. But he did set some new marks last week. This season now with 290 points, this is a Utah #1 mark now for him. Points scored in a season, he is #1. Also with 44 total touchdowns, he is now #1 in the state in a season with total touchdowns. And he's third right now in rushing touchdowns with 37, but he's only one behind Alan Moritzen of Grantsville in 97. And you may have heard the name Jalen Warren from East in 2016. Both of those guys tied with 38 rushing touchdowns, so Jagger looks to move ahead of those guys tonight. So you talk about a kid, Art, who's done it all year, and San Juan expects him to go tonight as well. And we are set to go. No more waiting as South Summit will kick the ball away, and that is a boot to get it underway. That's going to go in the end zone. We'll have a touchback, and the Broncos will start from their own 20.
It'll be exciting to see how what Coach Christian's feeling like right now coming out here, if he tries to go deep on the first play of the game and put 6 on the boards earlier, if he just comes out and runs an RPO or a run play here to get his quarterback in motion. But, man, I tell you, it's all over but the crying now. It's 4 quarters.
You can relax. We're underway.
Whoever's going to win is going to win.
That's right.
On the field.
San Juan won the opening toss. They have the ball to start. The offense on the field. Double set to the left and right, and Jagger Neves takes a pass from the left side and immediately rattles off near 20 yards to move the chains for San Juan. It's a gain of 17.
Yeah, and they came out open set there on that first drive with Jagger in the slot. Just a little wide receiver around, and now they go option with the Yeomans. He's going to pitch it at the last minute, and Neves will get about 4.
So the Broncos with positive plays on their first 2 plays from scrimmage through the air and now on the ground to Jagger Neves as they go to him to start both plays.
And last week they had an issue with running Jagger up the middle because of the box.
Yeoman's pass is complete to the far side, and it'll go for a first down to Nash Young, as it looks like he's going to get exactly 6, and that should move the chains.
Anyways, what I was saying, Red, is last week Summit Academy was stacking the box. They weren't really able to go in the middle, so if they want to get Jagger involved, it may have to be the option here.
I'm telling you, I'm going to be the fastest stat guy in the world after watching San Juan this year, Art, as these guys go hurry up, and Jagger's going to run for a quick 7 yards just like that.
Exactly what San Juan needs to do, come out here and wear down this defense, make them make bad decisions.
Yeomans throws complete far side to Young again, and now he'll get down the sideline for some extra yardage. That'll be a pickup of 5. It looks like about 7, as the Broncos just walking down the field right now on this South Summit D.
And if you're San Juan, this is exactly what you got to come out and establish. You're the 4-time champ. You want it. You got to come take it from us.
Neves will take the handoff. Off left guard he goes, and he will rumble ahead for, it looks like, about 7 once again. Boy, Art, right now there's no slowing down this D. So 7 yards. He's already up to 3 carries and 18 yards. That's almost as much as he had all game. Now Yeomans will bust one, and he'll go all the way down to the 6-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for San Juan.
Little option play in the end, took his man in Neves, and Bo made a great read to cut it up. I wish he'd hold that ball a little higher and tighter because, man, I could see that thing squirting out.
Man, how about those long legs? He hands to Jagger Neves, and Neves goes in untouched. Touchdown, San Juan, and just like that, a minute, 16 seconds in, the Broncos lead 6-0. Wow, very convincing drive to start the game tonight for the San Juan offense.
Yeah, 10:44 left on the clock, so just under, over a minute there to score.
Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive
Here's
first
the
drive.
2-point with a little shovel pass inside to Brig Palmer. Gets him that lucky deuce.
My goodness, that was let's see if I can count this up. That's 56 yards plus, 56 yards plus, that's an 80-yard drive. Well, obviously, they're starting on the 20. That's hilarious. It only took him, how many plays was the key. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 play drives. So that's where I can earn my money, is counting the plays. That's going to be the only time all game I'll be able to count that, because now my stat sheet will be obliterated. But
and we
8-play drive to start.
Can't underestimate the time of possession there either. I mean, a minute, 16 to run that down there and score, and there was no incomplete passes. There was some nice reads on the option play by Yeomans, especially that one that puts him down there inside the 5. I can't believe he just took off, and there was no one in the middle.
Man,
everyone had committed outside pitch to Neves.
We don't typically see him run in space like that, man. He's got those long, lanky legs, looking a lot like Trip Palmer.
We saw it last week at SUU. He runs in that touchdown on the same play.
Yeah, that's right. I tell you, you talk about a way you'd ask a coach the way they want to start the game. We talked to Barkley Christensen. He said they want to start with their hair on fire. That's exactly what they do. Now they got to get some kick coverage here. A good return for South Summit, as it is number 10, Pulver, who will bring it out across the 30 to the 32.5, maybe 33-yard line. So now we'll see the South Summit offense, excuse me.
Yeah, defensively for the Broncos here, you're going to have a big game out of McNaughton and Jepson off the edge. They're going to have to really put some pressure as you're without Max Stearns this week, as he is unfortunately injured and out for this season. So you're going to have a lot of pressure. And then you're going to have your inside. Remy and Cash have got to get pressure up the middle.
So the quarterback, junior Ian Mayer, working from the shotgun. They split 3 to the left, and he'll hand off a little counter here. They're going to tackle him up high, and he'll pick up about 3 on the carry. Looks like that's number 8 on the first carry of the night for South Summit, Brody Larson.
Yeah, nice bounce out there by Larson. But just like I said, McNaughton on the end gets off the block so he can get out to the edge and just drives him back. And then who's there to help clean it up? Number 2 himself, Jagger Neves.
Well, this offense doesn't move nearly as fast as San Juan's, and Art, I'll just mention it. Jagger Neves with his 38th rushing touchdown of the season, now in a 3-way tie with those guys we just mentioned for rushing touchdowns in a season, most in the state of Utah. So congratulations to Jagger. My guess is he'll take that mark over a little bit later in this game. As the quarterback will keep it himself here, he's only going to get a couple. Looks like he's going to end up with 3, maybe 4, the way they're going to spot it here. No, it'll be 3. 6 yards on the offense so far. Ian Mayer on his first carry of the night.
And a lot of similarities. We saw this when we played them week 4 or 5. I think it was week 5. We saw the similarities in the offensive style, how they like to run the RPOs. They're going to run the option the outside. They're going to throw it. And so San Juan just got to stop it, and they built to do it. They run against it every day in practice.
Big third down for South Summit now. They don't want to give the ball over to San Juan after the Broncos have already scored. And there's a good run up the middle, and they will move the chains and stay on the field. As that is, let's see, that's number 8. I'll get to that in a second. I can't see. That was probably about a 10-yard run.
Great run, too, just
Brody
right
Larson,
off right up the left side, off the center, and he just blew through everybody. And that's where you miss Max Stearns right there, because he was such a pressure inside and out, reading the flow of the offensive line. And without him, you're going to really depend on Thomas Harden, who it looks like was in there for him, switching in and out.
Yeah, Max Stearns injured last week in the semifinal game, won't appear in this game here tonight. Great coverage by San Juan on the line right here. This time they're going to hold Larson to 2, but so far it's the Brody Larson show. Bryce Pulver has not touched the ball yet other than that kick return. So 2nd down and 8 for South Summit as they're now across midfield for the first time tonight.
And it's taken a long time for the OC over there to figure out what he wants to run here on this 2nd and 8 play. They've already down to 18 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, the difference between these two offenses is stark. You know, the Broncos didn't give the South Summit defense any chance to breathe. San Juan's defense is well rested between plays here. Mayer will drop back, throws left, does complete the pass. Good coverage by San Juan in the secondary, though. It will be a 5-yard gain. I didn't see who caught that ball.
Little wide receiver screen over there.
We're going to see it on the replay on our deal. Number 11, yep. And it was, let's get the pass in here for the quarterback first of all. And I'll get that on his. Well, I've got a minute. I can actually breathe. That was Will Nuff on the catch. I got a chance to put stats in with South Summit. That's exciting. I told you, I could stat any team right now after watching San Juan and trying to be as fast as their offense. That's nearly impossible.
Yeah, if you're Coach Bauer in it here, you really want your defense to stiffen up, maybe send a little pressure on this play.
Big third down again for South Summit. Their second third down. They converted on their first try. Not this time. They're only going to get a couple as they try to run it right up the middle, and a huge gaggle of players in there. I mean, everybody on the field was in there to stop Brody Larson. He only gets 2.
And both these teams, you sniff the 50 or you're over the 50. Fourth down is another down to go, just a regular down for these two teams. I doubt we see much punting if we're within the 40 on each side of the field.
Yeah, and it's at the San Juan 43 right now, so South Summit fails on their second of 2 third down tries. Going to try to convert on fourth down here. They don't hard count or anything. Mayor's going to take it himself, and that is a hard-earned 3 yards that will move the chains again for South Summit to the San Juan 40. That was a strong run by the quarterback.
Yeah, and they're going to give him forward progress, and I know that some of the coaches up here aren't happy about that, but forward progress is going to get him that first down.
I had a great view of it, so I could see he honestly made it, so I don't have anything to complain about. It was a good run by Mayor as South Summit steadily, slowly, not excitingly, but has moved the chains now a couple times here.
And that's what we talked about in the pregame is they just have to use the clock, manage the offense, move the ball down the field, pick up first downs. Keep San Juan's offense off the field.
Mayor will hand off again, and this is not going to go for anything this time, as I'm guessing that's Larson carrying again.
About 6 inches.
Yeah.
But yet number 8 still there. He's their workhorse.
So that
and
time.
We're up 5:55, and San Juan scored with, 10:45 on the clock. So this has almost been a 5-minute drive here.
Yeah, and obviously plenty of time. 5:45 still to go in this first quarter. Broncos lead it 8-0 after a rushing touchdown by Jagger Neves and a 2-point conversion. Second down and 9 for South Summit here with the ball just inside the San Juan 40. And Mayer will air it out for the first time. Little push off here late, but the ball sails out of bounds anyway, incomplete. And it was Andrew Nielsen in coverage for San Juan, the intended man for South Summit, Jack Johnson.
Yeah, good coverage there by Nielsen. We've seen that out of him consistently this year as a junior, playing a huge role on defense, has made some big plays, has got some picks. He is just probably, in my mind, top 2 cornerback on this team. And he's out in safety right now. They're playing a cover 1 here.
Yeah, even with the shoulder shove right there, he was right with Jack Johnson still as the ball went out of bounds. So good coverage. 3rd and 9 as Mayer will set up a screen. Hits Brody Larson, and Brody Larson gets away from a couple tacklers. And that will go for 12 yards, and will move the chains again for South Summit.
Yeah, nice little screen. Nice time to run it, too. You feel the pressure on almost every play out of that big defensive front of the Broncos, and just dial up those screens, just keeping that defense honest. Andrew Nelson actually came over to cover the slot out of his safety position as they rolled trip back, and he actually read that, but he was so in the congestion he couldn't get over there quick enough.
Well, South Summit is methodically marching it down the field here. That time, instead of handing it off to Larson, they went through the air on the screen. This time they'll go back to the ground, and man, a little tush push here will help Larson gain some yardage. That was going to go for nothing as the Broncos had wrapped him up, but instead he'll get 4 on the carry.
Yeah, you got to make that tackle, put your foot in the turf, and drive backwards, and the guy coming behind you, you almost got to just hit your guy in the back to help out with that leverage. You can't let them gain 3-4 yards after point of contact.
Well, we've got ourselves a little battle here in the first quarter, Art. South Summit hasn't gotten into the end zone yet, but they are moving the ball. Down to 4:20 to go in the opening quarter. Broncos lead 8-0. Mayer has it for South Summit. He'll throw into the end zone, has a man, and it's going to be just over the fingertips of Blake Osgathorpe and incomplete in the end zone. 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, okay coverage there by Cole Duke. He had him in good position, but number 7, Osgathorpe, he has the height advantage by a little on Cole, and he actually had a little separation at the end there, but the ball just floats on the quarterback.
Man, you know, that's one of those deals where if Osgathorpe kept running, he probably had the touchdown right there, but he got a little crossed up on his steps. That might have been due to the coverage by San Juan.
4:14 left in this first quarter, 3rd down and 6.
Well, they have converted on a 3rd down already and
fumble.
a 4th. Now the ball's on the turf, and the Broncos, that bounced off of someone's hands. South Summit miraculously is going to get it back, but it will be 4th down. That's a loss of 3 on the quarterback.
I think Jepson almost had it. Let's watch the replay, or maybe Tripp.
Yeah,
one of them was right there, and
hands,
it was Jepson, and it just goes right off his hands, right back into the South Summit Wildcat hand. And so they're going to line up, kick a field goal here.
Wow, that's exciting. Who is this going to kick this?
It looks like number 11.
Yeah. Wow, this will be fun. This is William Neff. He's going to be kicking from the 34. It's a 44-yard attempt,
and
it's going to sail. It may have been tipped.
The way it came off at a sideways angle and then went to the left, it looks like it may have been tipped.
We're going to take a look at it. I know you guys don't have our replay, but
I think it was tipped on that left side.
San Juan penetrated for sure, and so the field goal try from 44 yards is no good, and South Summit has nothing to bring home after what was a pretty good drive as they marched it down the field. Art, would you have gone for it right there on 4th and it was, I think, 4th and 10, maybe 4th and 9 right there, the way you'd been marching it down the field?
Well, if you have a kicker, as we go back to San Juan's offense here, end around with Jagger Neves. But to your point, Red, if you have a kicker that you're confident in and you're playing a team like San Juan that, when they get in the red zone down here, they really tighten up. I mean, you look at statistics, and teams can move the ball in the trenches a lot of times between San Juan. But, man, once they get in the red zone, Coach Barron's defense really comes to shine. And so I think you try to take the points. I don't think that was a bad decision.
Yeomans will complete a pass to Tripp Palmer, his first connection with Palmer today. And that's going to go for 7 or 8. I'll say 8.
Had we been later in the game and they've been down by more, obviously you go for the touchdown. But you want to just match score for score and try to keep pace a little bit as much as you can with the Broncos offense.
Jagger Neves will get another handoff here. He carried for 7 yards on first down a little bit ago. This is first down again. And this time they're going to wrap him up in the backfield, and he will fall forward back to the line of scrimmage, but no gain on the carry for Neves.
Yeah, 44 read on South Summit. He was not fooled. He made contact right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeoman's on the option. Will take it himself. Right up the middle he goes. He got down to the 6-yard line last time they ran that play. Here he goes for 8.
San Juan's first third down of the game right here. Second drive, second possession.
This is almost like this is the state championship game, and both these teams want to win here, Art.
You betcha.
Here is Jagger Neves rattling ahead for 4, and that'll move the chains across the San Juan 45 to the 47.
Yeah, and they've got McNaughton in there at that tight end position, and he led block through that, pulled around, come over here on the opposite side of the line in that A gap, and just led block Jagger to that first down.
They'll play action in the backfield. Neves to block, and nobody pressuring the quarterback at all. Yeomans throws deep down the field to the tall man, and Tripp Palmer makes the catch down at the 15, stepping out of bounds, and the Broncos in business with a gash play right there.
Tripp's in double coverage. Safety help comes over on the cornerback side. He finds just the middle space, and if that ball wasn't thrown perfect, I've never seen a perfect football in my life. Yeomans, man, airing it out deep and just connects with the big star and Tripp Palmer. But what a pass that was. It came down right in the middle of that V where the two defenders were right in his hands, and he's able to catch it inbounds, and then momentum takes him out. But, wow, what a catch and what a throw.
Yeah, and a good pattern, too. He was wide open and didn't have to reach over someone's head to make the catch this time. And the Broncos, Yeomans with a 39-yard pass to Tripp Palmer. It's going to force South Summit into a timeout here, as they were doing battle in the middle of the field here, these two teams, but that's a big one right there that once again gets the Broncos into the Wildcat red zone.
Yeah, we'll see where they come out here. I imagine we're coming out here with a little RPO and seeing where we can put, if we can get one in here quick. They still get another first down at the 5.
Yeomans will hand off to Neves, and he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage again. There's a little bit of there was a hole there, but Neves would have had to cut back. There was a backside defender coming in who wrapped him up.
Yeah, and if you're San Juan, just keep poking the bear here, man. Don't slow down.
It's already so different for Neves in this game than it was last week, as this time Yeomans keeps it himself, and he'll get 4, it looks like, and it'll be 3rd down and 6. That might be a long 3. It looks like 3 that he got right there.
Yeah, that interior for South Summit's done a good job of flowing down the line.
Play action to Neves. Throw left side on a quick slant intended for Brig Palmer, but that was nearly picked. Thankfully for San Juan, it falls incomplete. And that is the first incompletion of the evening for Yeomans. He was 5 of 5.
And they can still pick up that first down. He doesn't go to the end zone here. Just got to get to the 5-yard line if you're San Juan.
It is 4th down. A little hard count here. Now they'll look to the sideline. Maybe wanted to see what the South Summit D was going to do.
I love it when they look over here. Jagger's out there. He's saying, Coach, run this play. He's trying to signal what play he wants to run.
Almost like he wanted to eat, holding that tummy. Man, there sure is some open space in the end zone here. Yeomans looks that way. Throws right side, and it's knocked away. It was a down and out intended for Brick Palmer, and a big defensive stop. They're excited on the far sideline with the South Summit D.
Well, yeah, you just stopped him inside the red zone, and that's hard to do against this Broncos offense. 3 straight, tried to run it up, tried to pass it. I would have liked to see maybe the option come out there, but I'm not going to second-guess this coaching staff because they obviously know what they're doing. And at the end of the day, you just run a play, and it sets something up for later down in the game, and you keep a track of that as coaches. You're like, hey, okay, we ran this. This is the formation. Didn't work, but this is the coverage we saw because it was tight coverage. So next time we want to run that play, we're going to run something else out of that, a little trickeration.
Well, they're starting on their own 10 here, and a pass complete from Mayer. Maybe a yard. Nice tackle out here by Brig Palmer. Maybe a little frustration after not being able to make that catch in the end zone.
Yeah, that defender had great position on Brig on that one. That was, yeah, they're lucky it wasn't an interception because then it brings the ball out to the 20.
It was just a 1-yard catch for Riker Bowen, his first catch of the day.
Yeah, you really want to see Coach Bowering be a little bit aggressive here, but still, I like how he has a high safety up here. He doesn't want anything getting behind him at this point in the game. So he's got Andrew Nelson back there playing the 1.
We're into the final minute of the opening quarter as this time it's not Larson. Looks like it's going to be Bryce Pulver as they go to Pulver here. And he comes up a little gimpy here after being tackled after a gain of 3.
Yeah, 3rd down. Any defensive coordinator will tell you, 3rd down and 6. This is definitely passing down. You got to know that stuff. So you're out there telling your defensive backs, your safeties, your linebackers, hey, watch the quick slants, watch the comebacks at the first down line. You got to play the line. You got to play that first down marker.
Barring an incompletion, this should be the last play of the quarter. That's going to be close to that skip off the turf. No, they're going to say it was a catch. That was a beautiful pass, as that'll go from the 15, I think it was, out to the 25. So that's about a 10-yard pass. I didn't see who made that catch. I'll have to take a look.
Exactly like I said, you got to play that first down. You can't let them get inside leverage on you, and you can't let them do those quick cuts. You got to come up a little bit, play a little bump, play a little more press because you know where they want to go. You've got a safety over the top. Try to get in their face a little more to stop that first down on that play.
Who is that? You guys see who that is? 16, 18? 16. I don't have him on here, so I have to fix that. That's the end of the first quarter. San Juan leads it 8-0 over South Summit here in the 2025 2A state championship game. South Summit gets a first down to end the quarter, so they'll be on offense when we come back to start the second. Stay with us. It is Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Welcome back live to Zions Bank Stadium in Harem as we start the second quarter of the 2A state championship game here. San Juan Broncos leading the South Summit Wildcats 8-0, but the Wildcats have the ball. And with a handoff right now to Bryce Pulver, they'll get another couple yards. Or 3, it looks like. We'll give him 2 for Pulver. He's now got 5 yards on a couple carries.
South Summit's doing a great job about, after they get point of contact, they're just driving forward 2 or 3 more yards. San Juan's really got to stiffen up that. Once they get there to make that tackle, really got to leverage and go backwards with them.
Mayer will throw to the left side and had a man, but it's in and out of the hands of Riker Bowen, incomplete. And that's a bonus for the San Juan D. That would have moved the chains up near the 40.
Yeah, and that was just a coverage lapse right there by the Broncos to let him get that open. And fortunate for them, a little high overthrown because two guys got tangled up there in coverage. No one went with the big number 88, and they're going to have to cover him.
So Mayer and the offense looking to the sideline on third down, as they do after every play. This South Summit offense moves considerably slower than the San Juan offense.
But they're doing just what they need to do
They
to
are
keep it in
doing
reach.
Yep. And there's another run by Pulver. It's not going to get a first down, but he will pick up 6 here.
Almost, though, Red. It's ankle tackle there by Tripp, or he does pick up that first down, and it looks like we're going to see, like I said, if they're in the 40, they're at the 34. So I think if they're up, but we've seen fake punts, we've seen weird punts. So if you're San Juan, don't take this for granted. You've got to cover the edges out here, and if anybody goes out into a pass route, you got to go with them.
We have seen weird punts this year, but this one is not weird at all. This is an excellent punt. Jagger Neves will signal a fair catch at his own 26, and that's where the Broncos will start as they avoid damage after suffering a defensive stop for South Summit. So the Wildcats kept the Broncos off the board after a big play, got them down to the 15, and it looked like they would score their second touchdown. So you can't overstate how important that stop was for South Summit. Even though the Wildcats aren't able to get off their own side of midfield here, Art, they're able to punt and flip the field and haven't taken any points against. And the Broncos quickly go back to the ground here. Jagger Neves, and Art, Jagger had some yardage early on, but South Summit has adjusted pretty well and is not allowing him to gash him too bad right now. That's a pickup of 3.
Well, we've seen this all year in the first quarter of games. Teams make slight adjustments. They kind of figure out a little something with San Juan. As we go deep down the field, Tripp is open.
Yeomans has Tripp. Palmer connects with him. Down the middle, he's going to outrun the defender to the end zone. It's a touchdown for San Juan, a 70-yard touchdown pass from Yeomans to Tripp Palmer. So if you can't get it done on the ground, you lull him in that way and throw to the big guy, the big lanky guy down the middle. Art, they've done that all year, and they connect here.
Yeah, and like I was saying, Rhett, that was an awesome play. And it just opened up in the middle as he runs a post route, Tripp, and he gets behind the defense. And what a beautiful ball by the sophomore quarterback who, like you said, in this game, week 5 really came on.
Yeah.
And he has had the touch tonight on some great passes. They go Wildcat on this 2-point with Jagger.
And he's going to pick his mouth guard up in the end zone after he scored the 2-point try. So the Broncos increase the lead to 16-0 on the big 70-yard touchdown pass from Yeomans to Palmer. As these two combine again, that is the 32nd touchdown pass of the season for Yeomans, and for Tripp Palmer, his 15th touchdown catch of the year. Pretty impressive, these two teaming up all year long.
Yeah, like I was saying before that long pass play, man, is we've seen this throughout the season. There's teams come out and they match the moxie the first quarter and a half. But San Juan just overwhelms down the stretch. And so that's kind of what we're seeing here, and that's just what they need to keep doing because South Summit came to play the game.
Yeah.
And we've seen it where it has been one of those things where teams have kind of kept them in check for a quarter and a half. So we'll see what happens here as they have to run off a player for some reason for probably equipment.
I love how you say that the Broncos control the game down the stretch and like they are now, and here we are just barely into the second quarter. I love it. That is down the stretch for San Juan. Second quarter on has been the dominant time for this Bronco team.
Well, if you're South Summit, you're just elated over there, even though it's 16-0. That's all it is right now in the second quarter.
Right. Yeah, that stop they got was big. They did allow the touchdown here, but so we'll see if the South Summit offense can respond. So far, the Broncos have kept them off the board, but they're going to get a pretty good kick return again from Pulver here, as he brings it out across the 30 for the second time today. Up near the 35, looks like they'll spot him at the 34. A 70-yard touchdown pass from Bo Yeomans to Tripp Palmer has the Broncos up 16-0. Yeomans so far 6 of 8 on the day, 147 yards through the air. Tripp Palmer has 3 of those catches for 117 yards and the 70-yard touchdown, of course. And so Ian Mayer right now bringing his team out on the field. And all the South Summit folks hoping that the Wildcats can get on the board here.
South Summit coming out with a different formation here as they go shotgun pro formation.
And Mayer will hand off. So now 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback. And it'll be Larson once again.
I'll tell you, Rhett, one thing also noticed on that long pass play is that wasn't a skinny post or a 4, 5, 6 yard dump. That was 20, 30 yards down the field on that pass, and that pocket was clean. Those linemen were doing the dirty work, keeping Bo's eyes downfield and open and unconcerned about his life, and he just laid it out there. So good job by that offensive line.
And they have been. I don't know if you saw on that long one from Trip Palmer that got him down to the 15.
Oh!
Speaking of Trip Palmer, the backside blitz here, and he crushes the quarterback for the first sack of the game. Or was that McNaughton?
No, it was Tripp.
It was Tripp. That's what I thought. That's a big play there.
Yeah, he came off that edge, and the quarterback looked like he had 2 backs in the backfield. He looks like he wanted to hand it to the left side back, but the back was already gone. And then he just kind of looked up, and I don't think because it was a run play there was anybody in pass route. Or no one was running a route out there. And so he just kind of hung on to the ball, and Tripp, with those long legs, he gained ground quickly and takes him down from behind.
That's his 3rd sack of the season. I still got a comment I want to make about the protection that Yeomans is getting so far. Man, it's some hard yardage up the middle here. Is that number 44 carrying? That is. I don't have him in at the running back position, so.
Took a big old fullback to me. The Mike Allstott days with the Buccaneers. For anybody that knows who that is, you're a true football fan.
There you go.
You're in good hands with Allstott, as John Madden would say.
That's awesome. Let me get him in here just number-wise, I guess.
Nice
and
punt.
They're gonna punt it away. They think that running back got a couple yards, but nothing much more than that. But we do need to get him in the stats here.
That was a beautiful punt, though, by South Summit.
That's
Holy
2
cow.
they've had that flipped the field, but boy, for the 4th time in a row, South Summit unable to get points. In fact, unable to get any production offensively. But Art, you talk about the protection for Yeomans so far in this one, and on that long pass earlier, the Broncos didn't end up scoring, but when Yeomans got Trip Palmer on that long one, Jagger was supposed to block, and he just kind of stood there. There was nobody for him to block on that play. So
the linemen are doing their job today.
Yeah, Yeomans has all day right now. And speaking of, he's going to run it out of the backfield this time. Got some blocking in the secondary, and he'll run for 12 and move the chains. Everybody producing all over the place right now for San Juan.
Yeah, great little read there. They fake the handoff. They're going to their pro set as well, and they fake it there to Jace Razor, and Yeomans just takes it. Now they give to Jace up the middle, and here goes Jace.
Jace will go up the middle, busted for a gash up the middle against the South Summit D. That is going to go for 20-plus. It looks like 25, almost, where are they going to spot it? 27-yard run for Jace Razor, his first touch of the game.
South Summit's going to take a timeout. They've seen enough of the San Juan run game in the pro formation.
The Broncos.
With 7:59 left in the second quarter.
Broncos really starting to gather momentum now, up 16-0, just collecting yardage left and right here. We will step aside during this timeout as well and return to Zions Bank Stadium in Harriton. The Broncos up by 2 TDs and a couple 2-point tries. It is the 2025 state championship game. Stay with us.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Welcome back to Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We're audio only. There is some state-sanctioned video, so we are no longer able to show the video live. But we hope some of you have joined us tonight for the local call as Jagger Neves will take the handoff on first down. He might get a couple. And that'll be 2nd down and 8 for San Juan, nearing the South Summit 30 now. As the Broncos are just gathering momentum here as this game goes along. Yeomans will throw quickly, and a little miscue here. Trip Palmer never turned around. Man, he was wide open if he'd have just turned. He thought he was blocking 3 guys there. There were 3 guys for South Summit.
And he would have been open, too, if he'd have turned.
He would have. But it was not to be on that one. I think the universe maybe didn't allow that to be completed. And now they'll go back to the ground as Jace Razor will get his second carry. He is pile driven, but not before he picks up 7 yards and moves them close to the sticks. But this will be a 4th down.
4th and 1.
And the Broncos go hurry up. Hand off to Jagger Neves. He's grabbed by the ankle right as he gets to the line of scrimmage, but he will fall forward for a couple, and that'll move the chains for San Juan as somebody's head comes off for South Summit.
And Jagger comes up a little gimpy. He looks like he might have a stinger in his hip.
And tell the listeners what a stinger is,
I'm not sure what the call was there. It's first down. Oh, the helmet. Okay.
The
player had to go out for a helmet off on South Summit. As we go first down here.
Yeomans will hand off to Jagger Neves, and there's a big hole on the left side. He's caught up 2 from behind, but he'll pick up 7 for San Juan down to the South Summit 16.
Yeah, you just get dinged in your hip, your shoulder. You just get a little, it's kind of like a dead leg. Your leg goes numb there for a minute because the hit was wrong, but he bounces back quick.
And he'll get another handoff, and he'll go to the other side. Same play. Tries to bounce it outside with a stiff arm, and he does get to the 10. Little juke move, and now down the sideline as he stays on his feet. What a strong run by Jagger Neves, and it's going to be a 1st and goal for San Juan.
And the field is clean on that. Man, that was a hard-fought play by Neves right there, and good blocking downfield by Tripp, by his lineman, and they keep it clean with no flags on the field.
Man, that
Great
was just
play.
a calm, cool, and collected run that just kept going, kept going. I thought he was going to be tackled. He'll get the handoff again right here on 1st and goal, and he'll get 3, maybe 2 down to the 2.
Go quick here. Yeoman's getting him back to the line. He's yelling at him, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're just going to hand it Jagger again. He might be breathing hard by now. And I thought maybe he started early, but they're going to give it to him. He's got his booty on the turf there. They're going to whistle him down at the half-yard line. So this will be 3rd and goal. And now they're looking to the sideline for the play here.
Yeah, Jagger, he's you can tell he's putting the work in out there, and so you may have to fake it to him here.
And they'll give it to him again, and this time he's going to go in with the stiff arm. Touchdown, San Juan. And Jagger Neves, with that touchdown, his 39th of the season, has taken over the state mark for touchdowns in a season. He sets a new Utah all-time record right there.
That touchdown is compliments of Remy Watcott right there.
Beautiful.
On that pole.
Beautiful. Jagger's 2nd of the night gives San Juan a 22-0 lead. Couple of short runs right there to cap it off, and the Broncos in the end zone for the 3rd time in the 2-point try.
2-point try. Yeomans throws it as he's rolling out of the pocket to Tripp Palmer, who's mirroring him on the other side of the goal line, and he completes it. Watch this replay here, Rhett. What a play right here. He just lobbed it over the defender.
Tripp just snags it on the sideline as it's going out of bounds. That's awesome. So the Broncos have scored thrice here tonight and lead it now with all the 2-point tries, 24-0. They brought the points back off the board. There's going to be a penalty here.
There was.
So now they're going to have to do the try from the 19 or the 18.
Wonder what the call was.
Never mind. Oh, they had 4 guys in the, I don't know what, it's a hold right there. So Yeomans will look to pass again, and this time he lobs one up to the end zone, and it's Jagger Neves with the catch. Tucks it inside the pylon. It's a little bit more dramatic, but same result. And now the Broncos lead 24-0.
And I don't even have to erase it off my stat sheet.
Wow. I don't even keep the 2-point tries, or that might have flustered me, but that's pretty epic. As Jagger Neves has set a new mark for rushing touchdowns in a season all time in the state of Utah. He moves ahead into first position with 39 rushing touchdowns. Moves ahead of Alan Moritzen and Jalen Warren. And so congratulations, Jagger. But most importantly, the San Juan Broncos up on South Summit 24-0 in the title game here.
Rhett, I bet you the day after a game, Jagger Neves doesn't get up till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He is so tired.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a kid that he just puts it out there.
That was the first time I've actually seen him looking tired on a drive.
I think it's because of that little hip flexor he got right there. He got hit, got a little stinger in his hip. And so just trying to work that out. And yeah, he's a workhorse for sure.
Yeah, and you're in the last game of the season. It all comes down to this. Obviously, football is not a sport for the faint of heart. You've taken a beating all year, so you leave it all on the field here in this one tonight. And let's not take anything away from South Summit. They're laying it on the line as well. But right now the Broncos obviously have the major upper hand in this one. And they get good coverage on the kick here. They're going to pin the Wildcats to their own 23 to start.
I believe Pierce Holiday gets blocked, but as he's going down, has the wherewithal to reach out and grab the runner on that play.
And so now as we start to get a little bit darker here, this is interesting. This is normally a soccer field, so the playing surface is quite a bit bigger. The lights are spread out a little bit more here. And so the lighting appears a little bit dimmer on the field. It's an interesting atmosphere. As South Summit will go to the ground. And good contain over here by Nash Young. He reaches out and gets a shoelace tackle. Still picking up 8 yards is Bryce Pulver on the run, but a good tackle by Nash Young.
Yeah, Jepson with the tackle there. Nash sealed that outside, like you said, forced it back in, and it's exactly what you need your corners to do. Anytime they start flowing to the outside, you need your outside guy, whether it's a defensive end, outside back, or defensive back, to force the action back into the middle to get your help from your other players on the team. Great job there.
As Ian Mayer, the junior quarterback, working from the shotgun, sends a man in motion. He will hand to that man, and that is Will Neff, who will try to go to the outside on the far side of the field, the right side, and he will get the corner and cut it up for, looks like about a 5-yard gain and a first down for South Summit.
And South Summit a little playing, calling some stuff here to try to get back in this game. This is where it's 24-0. You can't just call your general run-up-the-middle dives here. You've got to get some momentum, try to get something sprung on the outside, maybe a little trap play, quick passes, those screens, because you can't let San Juan just keep out-distancing you here.
And, man, Art, I don't know.
This is where the long play call on their side doesn't work in their favor
I was just going to say, I'd like to talk about that after this play, as Ian Mayer will throw left side. A man is wide open over here as the Broncos are about 20 yards off the receivers over here. But Brick Palmer steps up and makes the play. They're going to get 4 yards, but
gets blocked right into the player. I mean, number 11 had great positioning on Brick, and Brick just kept battling in there where he gets to the opposite side, and then all number 11 can do is push him right into the play, and Brick makes the tackle. Well, that could have been gone for a long while. Like I said, Coach Bowering is giving a lot of space here to those receivers. He is playing a good 8, 10, 12 yards off, 8 yards on the slot and 10 out on the edge. So he's giving a lot of room here for passes.
And that was Jack Johnson on the catch. Now on the far side, a pass complete to midfield, and that'll move the chains again for South Summit.
Number 12 on the catch.
Thank you. How long was that? Anybody know? Started at the 40 or so. That's that's a 12-yard pass. 12-yard pass from Mayer.
4:09 left. Clock is ticking. Second quarter, so South Summit, they got to be urgent here. They've only got one timeout in this half left.
And Mayer working from the shotgun will drop back. He's got a little bit of time. Throws and hit hard as he makes the catch is number 7. They're going to throw a flag in there. Blake Osgathorpe with the catch. I'm not sure what the call is going to be here, but maybe a horse collar is all I can think. But
well, they may say he threw him hard to the turf.
You can't
whip him down. You can tackle him hard, but you can't take him and fling him to the turf.
It was Tripp making the tackle,
yes.
Am I right? Yeah. I mean, he just has so much size on that.
Yeah, so we'll see if they're going to give that or they're going to wave it off. It looks like they're probably going to call it here.
It would be no gain if the play stands as is, but.
And like we talked about in the pregame, penalties, turnovers could be huge. Oh, man alive. Oh, they're going to call a face mask on Tripp. I didn't see the face mask, but they also called an ineligible receiver downfield on South Summit, so it's going to negate both of those. We're going to replay first down. I did not see the face mask. But
so it's no play. That helps me out.
Could have happened. So we get an ineligible. Both flags came out simultaneously. Holy cow.
Simultaneously.
Yes.
That's a new word.
That's a new word. I'm making up. And so I thought it was going to be all on Tripp, but luckily for the Broncos, it's null and void. But, man, what a pass over the middle.
He'll connect over the middle. This time Mayer hits the big guy, number 88. That's going to be a pickup of 18, it looks like. So I think, I guess the other pass is a 12-yarder. That one did stand. Here's an 18-yard connection between Mayer and big number 88, Riker Bowen. That's just his second catch of the game.
3:15 left in this half as South Summit still using lots of clock here. Now, I know you don't want to give the ball back to San Juan if you score with any time because San Juan has shown you give them 15, 30 seconds, they're going to go score on you for the half.
Well, South Summit has the ball at the 32 of San Juan. They're going to go up the middle, and breaking free is Brody Larson, and he will go for 15, and that'll move the chains down inside the San Juan 20 to the 15.
Yeah, and that was a physical run. He just ran right by that defensive front into the secondary and almost ran right over him. He bowled him over. San Juan, you got to tighten up here. 2:40 left in this half. You want to go in 24-0. Do not give them momentum in this drive.
Well, this is the deepest the Wildcats have been in San Juan territory. It is 1st and 10 at the San Juan 15 with 2.5 to go. Flags will come in. You heard it from Art Adair there. And so that will push the Wildcats back 5 yards. And for the Wildcats, Art, an offense is not designed to go fast. That doesn't help you.
Yeah, but right down this far in, they're on the 20 now. That penalty, other than marching you back and giving you bad mojo, I guess, doesn't really hurt you that much right here on this portion of the field because you've got about 15 plays designed for this situation right here from the 20, whether it's 1st and 15 or 1st and 10.
So South Summit now from the 20 on 1st and 15. Throw complete. Quick pass from Mayer. And having trouble bringing down Osgothorpe is the San Juan D. I can't see over there with those lights. That's Brick Palmer trying to bring him down. That's not Osgothorpe, excuse me. That's
88.
Riker Bowen. But that was a pickup of, 5. That's 10.
And he gets out of bounds under his own power going forward, so the clock stops.
So that helps him out right there. And now they'll take some time. That might give me a little chance to figure out exactly what the quarterback is at now.
They come out, that gun, running back left, he fakes the inside.
Mayer will go up the middle, and a crowd of Broncos right there to bring him down. Trip Palmer had a hold of him from behind, but a couple guys in front of him blocking him from going anywhere.
Yeah, Jepson had his ankles, and he was secured that one. He was just waiting for the, as Bill Boyle would say, the herd of Broncos to come in and make the tackle.
That's right. It'll be 3rd down and 5 now. And obviously South Summit can move the chains at the San Juan 5. They're down to 90 seconds to go in the half. San Juan leads at 24-0 here in the state championship game. Mayer faces pressure, lobs it to the corner of the end zone, and it's out of the reach and out of bounds. Intended on the play was Riker Bowen. So that will bring up a 4th down and 5. They're obviously going for the end zone there. They don't need that.
And I don't think you kick a field goal here, and that looks like what they're going to do. And unless you have a fake that you think is 100% foolproof, but you're so close to sniffing the end zone here.
I am surprised.
You go for it, down 24-0. I know you want to put points, have a little momentum, but you're leaving 1:20 on the clock now for the Broncos.
Well, it's Will Neff from 17, and he hammers it off the scoreboard. So that's a 27-yard from the 17. It's a 27-yard kick, and it's good. So that makes it 24-3. And, yeah, I don't know, Art. I'm with you. I think I might have gone for it with just 5 yards to gain right there. But they played it safe. They know they have that. Obviously, they have that play. They tried before, and it was shanked or blocked. We weren't 100% sure, but that makes it 24-3 here with 1:16 to go in the half. Not only do you not get the 7 points right here or the 8, but you also give the ball back to the San Juan Broncos.
And it's hard to win games 3 points at a time when you're giving up touchdowns. So I understand why you do it. You want your team to feel like they had success on that drive. But at the same time, man, you're so close to that end zone. You've got to have a handful of plays that you believe can get you in there from that position. And I just think you go for that right there. It's more valuable than the 3 in my mind. But you could come out here and kick this onside, surprise the Broncos right here, or you could come kick and get a turnover and go right back down and score. So 1:16 is a long time to go with these two teams.
Especially the San Juan Broncos we've seen all year. And up 24-3, my guess is they're going to try to quickly add some more points here. They will be kicking the ball to South Summit to start off the 3rd quarter. And it's a standard kick, a little bit line drive-ish. Jaggernese will field it off one bounce, and then he will hand off on the reverse here. And I didn't see, is that
Mike and Keith?
Mike and Keith carrying.
And unfortunately,
that time Neves could have kept it and gone around the open side right there, and he's got his hands on his hips thinking about that.
When they run that wall, they're bringing a player back to take on that first guy that gets behind it. And unfortunately, that time no one got that guy. No one was able to get behind the wall and block whoever's assignment that was. So he was just standing there with open arms waiting for Mikan to come into his grasp. And if you're San Juan, you got to look at that and say, hey, where were we at? How come we didn't have somebody there? As we're going to get a timeout.
With arms wide open, isn't that a Creed song
right.
from back
arms
in the day?
Wide open.
All right, so we will get a timeout here as San Juan gets set to go on offense with 1:08 to go in the half. They're up 24-3 in the 2025 2A state title game. We'll step aside as well. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
At Red Mechanical, we believe strong communities start with strong support, and that includes cheering on our local high school athletes. We've proudly served the Four Corners with dependable HVAC and plumbing solutions, keeping homes and businesses comfortable season after season. From the field to your front door, we're here for you. Red Mechanical, proud supporters of high school sports and our local communities.
Welcome back live to Zions Bank Stadium as Bo Yeomans connects with Nash Young. He sidesteps the tackler. He's going to go the whole way down the sideline. If he stayed in bounds, it's an 80-yard touchdown pass. You talk about scoring quickly. Out of the timeout, Bo Yeomans hits Nash Young, and again, I thought he'd be tackled after a normal gain, but the play just keeps moving down the field.
Wow, Rhett, unreal. We were talking about something off air, and we come back to the game, and all of a sudden I look up, and here's the pass, and all of a sudden I start getting vibration in my ear from you, getting excited. I'm like, what's going on? And Nash Young streaking down, and they had a chance at him a couple times, and a great job by Tripp to turn around and recognize, hey, I got to turn around and get a block here, and gets him in the end zone. But, wow, what a play.
Man, a 70-yarder and now an 80-yarder as the Broncos will go for two. That's Bo Yeomans pitching to Jagger Neves, who goes in to the end zone for the two-point try, and it's just like clockwork right now for the San Juan Broncos, looking for their fifth straight state title, up now 32-3. And that only took, 13 seconds. Just long enough for Nash Young to run down the field is all that took.
That was unreal, that play, and we talked about it. And I mentioned that when South Summit was going to kick that field goal, man. Maybe you're leaving lots of time on the clock, and teams have to notice that. And you'll see, we talked about this when they played Grand this year. Right at the halftime, there was like a minute something left at halftime. San Juan had the ball, and they were up big on Grand. And they did this same thing. They went into their quick score offense, and they scored on them. And I made the comment then, this sets up for later in the season. You've got to teach your team these moments now, even though you're getting a big win against another team. This is where you learn those things. And right there, that's the payoff from that game.
As they kick it away to South Summit, and the Wildcats will get a good return out to the 35-yard line, and that was Larson on the carry. But for Nash Young, it's his third touchdown catch of the season. Not a whole lot of TDs for him this season. And he only came into this game with 276 yards receiving. But here this afternoon, he's got 93 to add to that right now. The 80-yard touchdown catch right there. And for Bo Yeomans, it's hard to believe this, Art, but the sophomore quarterback now, 33 touchdown passes on the year.
Yeah, he has really come alive. He's had a breakout season as a sophomore, and look for great things in the future from him. But this is where you come out cover 4. You don't want to get and that you're going to get a penalty here of an encroachment on the defense. But, hey, it is what it is. You're going to give them 5 free yards. You don't want to give up 6 here when they go down and score.
Help me out with why we keep seeing Raiders logos all over the place out here.
So the Raiders are in a partnership with the UHSAA.
Okay.
They support it. They're our local team, considering they're the closest, I'm assuming, and I hate it because I'm a Broncos fan.
Okay. Oh, and there's a good run here after the catch for number 16. He's made a couple catches today. That's I'll get a name here in just a minute as I see where they're going to spot this. Looks like a 12-yard pass and catch. Let me get the stat on for Mayer, and we'll move on here. But
it's getting chippy down there. They've had to separate a couple players here now. And I saw it on that kickoff. The South Summit players, they continued to block after the whistle on that. 2 of them on one Bronco, and it's going to get chippy. They don't want to lose again to San Juan. And so if you're coaches, you got to keep your guys calm down out there.
Here's another long pass over the middle. It's picked off by San Juan's Number 25,
Nilsson.
that's the man we talked about before. Yeah, that is, help me out again.
Andrew Nilsson.
Andrew Nilsson. And the pick, let me see.
He's got a few of them this year, Rhett, so he's going to be on that sheet. And he's always in the right spot at the right time when those balls come across the middle.
That is his 4th interception this season. So that ties him with Brig Palmer. They have the most together now for the San Juan Broncos. Andrew Nielsen's 4th interception.
There's 31 seconds, which means San Juan can
score
four
again,
times in this time frame.
Yeah, you're right. That's not an exaggeration. As Yeomans will throw over the middle to Trip Palmer.
No,
it's not Trip Palmer. It's Jagger Neves, and Neves will go the distance. Are you joking? That is a 61-yard touchdown pass, and the Broncos are going to get flagged for a celebration, I think.
And if you're Coach Christensen, if this is on the Broncos, you're taking it. You're like, hey, we don't. He loves it when his players get out there and they get excited after big plays.
So the interception results in points for San Juan as Yeomans hits a 61-yard touchdown pass to Jagger Neves, and that's not the usual play this year, but it's going to go today. And my goodness, yeah, it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on San Juan. That is no surprise.
So, yeah, unsportsmanlike. That just affects you on the untimed down, so we'll see.
That is Jagger Neves' 2nd catch of the ball game, 78 yards. He now has more receiving yards than he has rushing yards, just like last week.
The good news is the refs down there in the huddle with the Broncos explained it, and he's got a smile on his face. So it was probably just something that somebody did that you typically don't do, and unfortunately it was a penalty. I didn't see it, so I don't know exactly what they called it on. I'll have to go watch a replay when I get home to see.
The Broncos don't care. For the second time, it's not in a row, but for the second time here lately, they're going to have to try the 2 points from way out near the 20, but I don't think anything phases them in this game. That ball is knocked away, though, so it is defended. And Cole Duke thought he was interfered with. I might not argue with him on that, but at this stage in the game, it's now 38-3, so the Broncos have exactly gotten the score they need, Art, to have a running clock to start the 3rd quarter. So there's some frustration, some bitterness over there for South Summit, but they've got to go to work here with 20 seconds to go. To fight for their lives here, they absolutely have to score before the start of the second half.
So South Summit scores a field goal, Rhett, at a minute 16 on the clock.
Yeah.
San Juan then scores with 55 seconds on the clock, and then with 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The interception obviously was huge. And as you said, if the Broncos will score here, you're going to see South Summit come out and start pass. And that's what happened right there. They connected once, but then the interception over the middle, you just can't make a mistake against the San Juan D. And right now it's huge. The difference between a touchdown before the half, you won't have any life if you can't score right here if you're South Summit.
Cole Duke doing the kicking.
And that's a line drive off the turf, and it's going to be fielded like a infielder for baseball for South Summit, and a decent return for Jack Johnson up across to the 30. But, man, if you're the Wildcats right now, it is imperative. Unfortunately, they're down to just 11 and a half seconds to go. So you got to take some shots right here if you're the Wildcats. Otherwise, it's a running clock to start the 3rd quarter, and it's kind of out of reach.
Yeah, and you're out of timeout, so if you're going to take a shot, it's got to be an edge. You don't have enough time. If you throw this in the middle of the field, even if it's a first down, it's going to be hard to get up to the ball and get a snap off.
And so Mayer will work for the shotgun. They split 2 left, and I can't believe it. They're going to hand off up the middle. And so that's basically conceding the half as they give to Brody Larson, and he'll carry for 2.
Big Cash Palmer and Mick Naughton in there on the tackle.
But that's it. That's halftime. So it'll be a running clock to start the 3rd quarter. I'm really surprised South Summit didn't take a shot there. I'm surprised they came out twice for field goals, Art, in that first half. And but it is what it is. And so if you're South Summit, you got a huge hill to climb to start the second half.
And I'll tell you, Rhett, something I've noticed about this field and this team, every time, the teams always go out the same tunnel. San Juan, they have chosen every time we've played here to go the long way to the locker room.
Right.
And I think that's just a mentality thing that, hey, we're willing to go the extra mile, and it's stupid because it's a locker room. But I honestly do. I think it's Coach Christian saying, hey, this is who we are. This is our mantra. We don't take anything easy, and even if it's walking to the locker room.
That's right. Everything. Well, we're going to have the drill teams and the cheerleaders for the teams come out and perform at halftime. It is a 38-3 lead for the 4-time defending state champion San Juan Broncos over South Summit here tonight at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman in the 2025 state championship football game. They are on their way to a fifth straight state title here tonight. Stay with us. We'll return with a halftime report. It is Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top-quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce, earn a high school diploma, or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more. For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Utah Navajo Health System is a series of community health centers providing medical, dental, and behavioral health care to Utah Navajo. With operations in Blanding, Montezuma Creek, Monument Valley, Navajo Mountain, and Monticello, UNHS offers a remarkable variety of services to our patients throughout San Juan County and the northern portion of Navajo Nation.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telcom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit emorytelcom.com for details today.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you'll gain real-world skills and turn your talent into opportunity. Learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career starting today.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing in Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Welcome back live to Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman, Utah, as the San Juan drill team, the San Juan Royals, perform now at halftime. They lost their music and had to have a re-rack, and they're out there doing it right out at midfield right now as their football team, the San Juan Broncos, lead the South Summit Wildcats 38-3 at halftime in the 2025 2A state championship game. And Art, in that first half, I mean, it's like it has been all year for San Juan. There just is nobody in the 2A who's been able to hang with them. Maybe a first quarter battle, but after that, the Broncos have dominated, and they ended up dominating that first half.
It's like we talked about a little bit, Rhett. There's been teams a quarter and a half have been able to come out and match their moxie and really give them a scare for a quarter and a half or a quarter and hold them to 1 or 2 touchdowns, but it's hard to match the intensity that San Juan brings on the offensive side of the ball. And even though we saw South Summit with some sustained drives and keep that ball and work that clock, it took San Juan less than 30 seconds to score 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And so it's for a team like South Summit, what do you got to do? You control the clock for the majority of the game. I guarantee if we look at stats and who had the time possession, they've had the ball more time possession-wise, and usually that's who wins the game, but not against San Juan Broncos. And I think they just overwhelm you down the stretch. Yeah. And it's 2 A teams, it's 1 A teams, it's 3 A teams, and I think it's a system that Coach Christian has and his play calling. And I tell you, I sit up here and I just admire his play calling and the things that he sees on the field from the sidelines. As an old defensive coordinator, I played against him when I coached once. His team played my team, and he's hard to defend. I feel bad for the defensive coordinators that go against him because you never know. You think you have them contained on the RPO because you stack the box, and then they just throw for 400 yards. I mean, you just can't stop them.
Well, if you're going to stop one facet of their game, they're going to do the other, and we saw that in the first half here. We'll get to that in a little bit, but, man, the Bronco defense, too, what can you say about them? They hold South Summit to just 153 yards of offense in that first half, 84 yards passing, 69 yards rushing, so a dominant effort by the defense as well. Even though South Summit had the ball for so long, the Broncos just didn't allow a whole lot and obviously did not allow a touchdown in that first half, and they got the interception, which ended up immediately resulting in points for the offense. And so you look at the quarterback for South Summit, Ian Mayer, 9 of 12 in that first half. That's not too bad, but only 84 yards to show for it. And let's see, his main target in that first half, it looks like, was Riker Bowen, and only 29 yards receiving for him, 3 catches. Gage Woolston-Hume had 22 yards on 2 catches. Jack Johnson, 16 yards on 2 catches. Let's see, and the running back, Brody Larson, had a couple catches for 12 yards. In the running game, it was Brody Larson who did most of the work. He had 44 of the 69 yards. He carried the ball 9 times in that first half, mostly short yardage, obviously. He had an 18-yarder, was the biggest one in that first half, as the Broncos already coming back out on the field to the cheers of the San Juan faithful here. And they're ready to get the second half started already. We're just up here reporting stats right now. But really not a whole lot to speak of for South Summit in that first half. They were dominated. Looking at San Juan, though, and Bo Yeomans, you talk about the coming out game he had against South Summit the first time these two teams met. And he is 8 of 11 so far tonight through the first half for 288 yards in the first half and 3 touchdown passes for him. So pretty impressive first half for Bo Yeomans, a sophomore. And let's see, he threw the 70-yarder to Trip Palmer to get it started in the passing game as far as touchdowns go. Nash Young, an 80-yarder, followed that one, and then the 61-yarder to Jagger Neves. And let's see, Neves obviously did most of the work running in the first half. He had 16 carries, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We mentioned he does take over. He's now set a new mark, and all the marks that he could set in the state of Utah as far as season stats. He now owns the all-time Utah season points, total touchdowns, and rushing touchdowns as he moves ahead of Moritzen and Warren in the rushing touchdowns tonight with the 2 that he scored. So he's in first place in all those departments now as far as season marks. And so pretty impressive. Congratulations to Jagger. He's obviously had an outstanding senior year and is closing out his career in impressive fashion for the San Juan Broncos. But he's got 66 yards and the 2 touchdowns in the running game so far. Jace Razor had a couple good carries for 34 yards. And then let's see, as far as and then you had Bo Yeomans also carrying 4 times for 49 yards, and that collects all the rushing yards. As far as the receivers, we'll just go down the list here by number. Jagger Neves caught the ball twice for 78 yards, so he's got more receiving yards than he does rushing, and of course the 61-yard touchdown helps out there. Trip Palmer, 3 catches for 117 yards, is leading the way, and Nash Young has had a great night as well. 3 catches, 93 yards, all those guys with 1 receiving touchdown here tonight. And so, yeah, that's the stats. Obviously, 3 passing touchdowns in the first half, 2 rushing touchdowns. And, man, Art, the Broncos are well on their way already here for their 5th straight state title tonight.
Yeah, they're looking good. One more half to close it out. I would like to take a little time here and point out a couple of these guys that are on this team. And every team, you look at the other sidelines, they've got 3 or 4 guys on crutches and slings and stuff. But the Broncos have not been without their injuries this year. And I just like to call out those guys because, you know, some of them are seniors. You got Kai Fox, a senior, who got hurt early on at a home game. He's been out all year. Then you go to Stetson Black, a senior. He's dressed tonight, but unless coach puts him in a, you know, a down position where they're just going to down the ball, he won't see any action. But he felt it important to dress out for his last game as a senior. And the senior getting hurt, man, I don't care what team you play for, if you're my opponent or not. I just hate that when seniors get hurt. Then you got Jet Richmond out there. He's been injured this year. Max Stearns, who just recently got injured last week, playing fantastic. Cameron Adair hurt. Randall Black hurt. And just some quality kids that, you know, you go out there and you get hurt, giving it all for your team. And I think you ought to be commended for that because you don't get the opportunity to step on this field in a role that all those guys played varsity at some point in this year and helped their team out with wins. And, man, it's just a huge loss when you lose those kids, especially those seniors. And it's the last time they're going to be on this field. So just give a shout-out to those guys. And also those seniors who don't get a lot of playing time, who we'll probably see if we continue the running clocks and clean up. So they'll get some time. But, man, it's hard as a coach. I know I've been there when you get kids, especially seniors, that get hurt. And it's just like, man, it just pulls at your heartstrings because you just want the best for all your athletes.
And one other thing to mention, this will be the final game for Coach Tad Barton as a San Juan Bronco tonight, as he'll be moving on next season. So Tad Barton coaching his final time for the San Juan Broncos tonight.
And that will be a huge loss for San Juan. He has done tremendous things with the offensive and defensive lines. He's a fantastic line coach, and he's a fantastic person in my mind. I've known him for a long time, and that'll leave a big hole here. And they think they've got a guy on tap here, Rhett, to come in and take his spot. They've stole him from ARL up there. He's been coaching up there with Baylor, and we kind of talked about it that quarterfinal game that you were gone dancing your life away. But for most of you, you know him as Fear, Corey Acton, Coach Fear. And I asked him the other day because I didn't grow up in Blanding. I grew up in Monticello, but I had a lot of friends down there. I said, hey, why do they call you Coach Fear? I think it's important that we know this going into next season. And it's not because he was mean and bad. It's because of the No Fear brand. And that's all he wore when he was in high school was, if you remember that, the No Fear.
Yeah.
He said, so they just started calling him Fear.
That's
and
hilarious.
It stuck. So, but we're not going to tell opposing teams next year that the line coach
No, we want it to stick.
We're going to tell them that, hey, that's Coach Fear over there.
Yeah,
man.
that's right.
He's a bad dude.
That's
so,
right.
yeah,
Well,
thanks to Coach Barton. We've broadcasted next to him a couple games, and he's very vocal in his passionate support of this team.
Well, it's going to be interesting after the game. We're going to try to – we don't have a system where we can interview players and coaches down on the field, so we're going to try to send them up into the stands up here to where we are broadcasting from. I'm thinking, Art, it might be fun if you want to send Tad up, if he can make it up here. It might be fun to chat with him. He's done some basketball games with me over the years, and might be fun to chat with him after his last game as a Bronco coach. And, so we'll see how that works out after the game. It could be interesting for the post-game interviews today, but I know
we got to get to the end of the game first.
Absolutely,
got 2 quarters of football to play.
That's right. And we are about to kick it off. The Broncos are going to be kicking it away to South Summit. We got about a minute before we get back underway. South Summit's still out doing jumping jacks. The Broncos ready to go. We'll step aside one final time before the start of the second half, and we will return for the third quarter kickoff. Broncos lead at 38-3. It'll be a running clock in the state championship game, Stay with us. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural healthcare, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, Our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 43558733838.
Welcome back live to Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. It is the site of the 2025 2A State Championship game. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Rhett Sifford and Art Adair with you once again. One final time this season, the Broncos lead the South Summit Wildcats 38-3 as Cole Duke kicks it off. Kind of a short kick and a big hit here right at the 33 as Chase Razor lays some wood. He also got some wood laid on him, I think, right there.
That was a little give and
by
take
Larson,
right
yeah. And a decent return, a short kick, and obviously the Wildcats will have decent field position starting at their own 35.
Well, and I think what coach has seen on those kickoffs is when they're kicking it deep, they're giving them a full head of steam, and they're able to get up to this point anyway. So let's kick it shorter, see what happens. Give it to their not-so-skilled guys, those up-backs that typically aren't the ones returning the football.
35s are wild right now. They've got the ball on the 35, and they trail by 35. So the clock is running to start this second half. It's going to take an impressive showing for South Summit to get back in this thing. They'd have to get back to within 21 as Mayer throws incomplete at the feet of somebody over there on the far side. I didn't see who was intended.
12.
But
he'd go for it, but it's just a little too out far. The quarterback was rolling out of the pocket, and anytime you get your quarterback on a roll, it's harder for them to really make an accurate throw. It happens, but it's harder. The percentages go way down on those completion rates just because it's hard to set your feet and get your hips into it.
Well, man, other than the first 4 games of the season, this is what we've seen all season long. Running clock for San Juan in the second half. And, in fact, when that started was against South Summit for the first time, as Mayer this time will connect with his man. He's going to get 12 yards to big number 88 this time, Riker Bowen.
Yeah, if you're San Juan, you got to still play hard here, play downhill. You can't give that quarterback time. That was just a simple, 4-step drop back, read the field, throw it up the middle in the seam. No one there on defense. You've got to continue to play hard defense here for the Broncos.
Mayer will roll to his right this time. Has a blocker over there if he wanted to run, but he's going to complete the pass, and it's going to go for first down yardage and more. That'll be a pickup of, 5, 10, 15, looks like about 17 yards.
And South Summit, don't tell them there's a running clock because they've come out ready to go and score points on the board. And like we knew they would, Rhett, they're going to have to come out and throw the ball, and they have thrown it effectively the last couple of plays. San Juan has got to shut this offense down. Pressure has got to come from somewhere on that quarterback.
That was Blake Osgathorpe. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I can't remember if it's Osgathorpe or Osgathorpe, but that's his first catch of the game. 12 goes for 12 yards. 17 yards.
Touchdown.
And it's a touchdown as Mayer connects with his man deep over on the far side. Speaking of Osgathorpe, that's a big one, and that I'll have to gauge the yardage on this from where that started. I've got replays left and right. See if I can make some sense of it. I made an erroneous stat, so I'll have to fix that. But more importantly, they're going to score. Looks like it's going to be a 37-yard touchdown pass. So immediately it couldn't be a better start for South Summit. They've got a ways to go, but that's how you begin. And that pulls them back to within 27 right there. And we know they got a kicker, as booting it through is Neff for the extra point. So just like that, obviously the Broncos, like you said, Art, have got to wake up here and get back to business. It's back to a 28-point game here.
Yeah, you can't come out and just sit back and think nothing bad's going to happen. But that South Summit, they actually went in and made some huge adjustments there at halftime, and they found a weakness, a chink in the armor of that defense. And I really think it's the defense was laying back a little bit, just playing those passes. They know any defensive coordinator will tell you get in that situation, yeah, we got to play a little pass a little more. But I'd like to see Coach Bowering come out here and just keep hammering that middle. If bad things are going to happen, they're going to happen no matter if you're in cover 4 or cover 1 or cover 0. So come out and get pressure on that quarterback, because when he has time, we've seen they've been able to march that ball down the field. And San Juan scored 38 points and a half, so you better believe the South Summit can score 38 points and a half, and they've just scored 7.
I mean, one more touchdown right there, and suddenly it would not be a running clock again. So there you go. And, I mean, it's interesting to me that they did not throw to that man all first half, and they throw back-to-back passes to him here and gash the Broncos and get in the end zone with it.
Well, that's just good halftime adjustments right there by a coaching staff that they're like, hey, we got nothing to lose here. Let's go out, throw caution to the wind, and throw this ball down the field. And they caught San Juan on their heels as a short kick, which could be an onside. Good judge by George McNaughton, it looks like, to get it down on the turf.
So the Broncos will have decent starting field position here at their own 32 after, kind of little short kick there that was operating as a kind of kick it to the dead zone there and see if you can beat them to it.
And sometimes when you go in on an extreme high, that kind of comes down a little bit at halftime. You got to come out and pick that back up right now if you're this offense.
And the Broncos will go quick, of course, as Jagger Neves takes the handoff, bounces to the outside, and will be forced out of bounds over there as flags fly in the secondary. This would be, I think, a 6-yard gain for Neves, but it may come back. We'll see. But on that previous possession for South Summit, it's 30 passing touchdowns now for Ian Mayer on the season, and Blake Osgothorpe leads their receiving. And, I mean, he was entirely quiet in the first half. But that's his 15th touchdown pass.
Now here, Rhett. I'm wondering if there was an inadvertent whistle or he was trying to stop the play. I don't know, because now they're talking. Look at participation on the defense. So, they subbed late what it had to be. Someone came off the sideline. I have to watch a replay on that. But that was, in my mind, that's where that play would come in, is they ran somebody on late or off late or had 12 guys on the defense. What do they got out there now?
They still have 12?
They got 12 guys out there.
They still have 12?
They still have 12.
Oh, my goodness. He's finally going to go off.
Yep.
So they got called, and
that's
he finally goes off. Yikes.
Guys.
Wowzers. So that play doesn't count. Am I right? That's just a penalty?
Yep.
15-yarder. Okay. So now passing complete to the far side is Yeoman's. Man, I'm glad they turned that billboard off. It's amazing when you can see the players. That was a super bright billboard. That's a 7-yard pass to Cole Duke. And let's see.
You're right, though. It is. This from up here, this field is really dingy.
Yeah, it's interesting. As Jagger Neves will take the handoff right up the middle, and he'll get first down yardage and more. That goes for 7 yards for the senior. His first carry of the second half. And let's see, I've got to get Cole Duke that catch on here before we move forward, and that's Duke's first official catch of the game as well. And the Broncos go hurry as Jagger Neves runs some guys over here on the near side. And that's a quick 7 yards again for the Broncos. Cross the 30 of South Summit. So the Broncos looking to answer here, moving it down the field.
Yeah, little pitch out there. Kind of an option, but I think it was more designed to go to Jagger than I don't think Bo ever looked to run with that, as he just pitches out there to Neves and he gets up the field.
It's actually a 6-yard run, so second down and 4 as Young goes in motion from the right side. And, man, George McNaughton was completely wide open, and Yeomans missed him over the middle, was going deep. That would have been a touchdown for George McNaughton and would have been his second touchdown catch of the season, but Yeomans threw it at his feet right there.
Yeah, he was wide open, too, and if you're George McNaughton, man, you don't get many of those in a game.
No.
So Bo owes you something after this game.
And it's a third down now for the San Juan offense, and the Broncos can't let this opportunity pass them by. And they're not going to right here as Jagger Neves busts it down the sideline. And so that's going to go from the 27 all the way down to the 12. A pickup of 15 for the senior, and the Broncos have a new set of downs again. And they go quick again. And throwing complete to Young over the near side. He's going to try to get inside the pylon, and he does. Oh. He does. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds on the one, I thought.
Which is the best scenario here because he fumbled it out of the end zone, so it would have been a touchback for South Summit. So good. Thank heavens the official was there, Johnny, on the spot, and called him out of bounds.
And it's an 11-yard pass to Young. I've got to watch this play here. It's going to be a handoff to Neves. He falls forward down to the 1 again, so he does not get in. No gain on this run on 1st and goal. And so Nash Young with the 11-yard catch and the merciful situation where he stepped out of bounds, avoiding the fumble. Neves will take another handoff, and this time he's in. San Juan touchdown.
They haven't called it yet,
No,
though.
they do. Well, it was pretty obvious to me.
Cow.
Wowzers.
It's pretty bad when we're up here and we can see it.
I tell you,
huh?
I didn't need film or anything for that. And that's going to stretch it back to a 35-point lead here, or 34-point lead right now, 44-10. So the Broncos, I'm guessing, will try for 2. So you talk about how huge it was that they had the 34-point lead going into the halftime. There's a little shuttle pass inside. Kind of works as a reverse, but it reverse tripped Palmer back into a lot of traffic, and he's not able to get in. And a helmet came off as well. I think that was probably Tripp's.
It is.
And so they fail on the 2-point try. It'll remain 44-10 with 5:46 to go in the third quarter. And we are under the mercy rule here, so running clock. But I tell you, after South Summit scored so quickly on their first possession, it starts to get a little interesting. They were within reach of, if they prevented this touchdown right here and they score again, suddenly you don't have a running clock.
Yeah, and that running clock is huge against you because you already take a lot of time to drive down the field. Now, you did pretty effective on that first drive of this half, but typically this team takes a chunk of change to get down the field. And with the running clock, where you can't get out of bounds and stop it, you're not going to stop it on an incomplete pass. I mean, it's to your detriment there. But while we got a time on kickoff, I've just been told that number 47, Evan Bradford, it's his birthday today. So
happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Evan. If you got any fans out there listening to us on the radio.
As the Broncos kick it away, it's going to fall in a dead man zone, and now fumbled on the sideline and back at the 10. Larson reverses, and now he's going to get all the way back up to the 25. We got a flag down, though, kind of right where he picked the ball up, and there was, I believe, a block down there, so we'll see how this pans out for South Summit. My guess is it's going to come back toward the end zone. And Larson is shaken up after that return, but he gets up like a man and goes off to the sideline. He gets up under his own power.
They made something out of nothing there for sure, Rick.
Surely, that was out of control. I thought he was going to be pinned back at the 10. Let's hear what these guys have to say.
So we get a personal foul, a blindside block against the Wildcats. The personal foul will drive them back. The flag was thrown about the 10, 12, 13 yard line. So it's going to be half distance to the goal. So South Summit will take over at the 6 yard line.
So that didn't pan out very well at all for South Summit.
Well, anytime that happens in the backfield with your runner, you just put your blockers out there in a bad spot. They don't know where you're at, so they're just blocking and trying to do their job, and unfortunately, those things happen.
So Ian Mayer is standing on his own one, ready to take the snap in the shotgun, and he sends a man in motion. That's Osgathorpe. He started toward the line before this ball was snapped, and now a terrible pass from Mayer falls at his feet incomplete. And I don't know, maybe he was just throwing that in the dirt to just reset the ball and try again on second down.
I really haven't had that many penalties in this game, knock on wood. 2 on each team, according to my count. We've had a couple more that were offsetting, but the only ones that count.
Yeah. I tell you what, the billboard, this digital billboard on the far side is way brighter than the stadium lights over here.
Cow,
you can't see anybody when that thing is on. That's outrageous.
Max Preps red over there just blinds you.
I don't know how that doesn't distract the players.
In a soccer game, it probably doesn't.
Mayer will throw it high to the sideline, and we got some pass interference over here. And that was, in hindsight, that was obviously unnecessary, but Andrew Nielsen reached out to grab that receiver, and he's going to be flagged for it.
And I said something too early.
You
See,
surely
I knocked
did.
on wood even.
You did. We can never knock on wood.
But I love it how you get the flag, and it definitely was pass interference. Then you get the obligatory second ref throwing his flag.
Yeah, right.
Because we're going to throw 2 out there to make it look like both of us saw it.
Hey, if I know anything about you, Mr. Adair, it's that you love referees.
Oh, I like to give them crap, but and honestly, I've been told that that's kind of what they do. They throw it so that fans think that more than one person saw it. I could be wrong. I doubt it.
You got to back up your guy, man. You got to back up your teammate.
But no, they do a fantastic job, and we couldn't play the games without them. So,
I was talking with Jess Cornwell before the game. He's up here watching with us, and just saying, hey, maybe I should do interviews with the refs before the games too, not just the coaches. What would you guys say? And they'd always say, we're doing great, man. Of course they would. That ball's thrown over here to Oglesthorpe, and he's hit hard, but he hangs on to the catch. Nice hit by Nash Young. but it will go for 6 yards for South Summit. Good catch.
Yeah, Nash is a lot less height, advantage-wise compared to the South Summit. He just laid the blow down on that kid, a bigger kid, and he just came through him.
And the clock continues to roll under the mercy rule, down to 3.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. 2025 state championship game. San Juan Broncos leading South Summit 44-10.
And again, a lot of time being taken. We've talked about it multiple times. You got to have some urgency, even though it's third quarter. You got lots of points to make up.
And Mayer will throw it deep again and has a man, but he got crossed up a little bit, falling down as the ball arrived. Unable to make that catch. It'll be third down here, I believe, or is this fourth?
Third. And so, yeah, you want to somehow Coach Bowering's defense, that's the second or third time they've gotten behind you, especially on that scoring play. But even right here, and some bad passes, they need to play those defenders a little deeper on the middle two sections of the field so that they can't get behind them as deep. You are playing a lot of zone here and coverage.
And it'll be Bowen in motion just over to the slot back position. They'll hand off to this big fullback who's carried once or twice tonight.
Not going to get it.
Theus Reed, I believe. Maybe Theus, but Theus Reed. He's only going to get a couple here, and it will be a fourth down.
And you got to go for this at this point. Running clock, down by a lot. You got to just come out and hopefully pick up this fourth down. I see if we get a quarterback draw here.
Yeah, we were surprised by a couple of their decisions in the first half, but you absolutely can't take your foot off the gas here if you're South Summit. But, man, how many helmets have we seen come off as the Broncos swashbuckle the quarterback at the line of scrimmage, and that will shut him down. The Broncos are going to take over on downs.
And exactly the play I thought. You got a quarterback draw, lead blocker with your running back up through the hole, and San Juan for the first time tonight took advantage, got leverage, and drove the play back instead of letting them come forward on you. And I don't disagree with that call. You've had that position all night on those plays where you have, after the point of contact, you've gotten 2-3 yards out of your offense if you're South Summit. So why not run it there? And that time when San Juan needed it most, man, they stood up and said, we ain't going to be denied. We're getting the ball back.
So it is 1st and 10 for San Juan at the South Summit 31. Into the final, 2 minutes 14 of the third quarter. The clock will start running again now. And Yeomans takes the snap in the shotgun. Play action to Jagger Neves. Throws complete to Cole Duke on the far side, and Duke's going to get 9 down to the 22.
And I love this aggressiveness. I know you're up, running clock, but it's a state championship game. These seniors, it's the last chance they get to play. Most of them, there are a few of these guys like Tripp and Cash and Remy who probably going to play college ball. But most of these guys, this is their last game of the year, so keep them on the field. Go score points.
Yeah.
Especially with some of the chatter before the game and some of the antics that have gone on during the game. I'm all for it, Coach Christensen. Just go get them.
And it's 2nd and 1. Knocking on the door to the red zone. San Juan's Yeoman throws complete again. A little pinball action is bouncing off a couple defenders in there. Who
Cole
makes
Duke.
that catch? That Duke? Yeah.
Yep.
Boy, he was knocked around down near the 10. Do we have a flag? Or?
Yep, you're going to get probably roughing the quarterback.
Okay.
It's either going to be that or it's going to be on. We'll see. I'm assuming roughing the quarterback.
Would they decline this and just take the play? It would be a first down and goal, I think.
Yep, roughing the passer.
So,
and it's probably.
So that would be 15 down. So the play won't count. 1st and goal now down to the 5.
He's going to try to get a hold of Jesser, but I think that's added on to the end of the play because of personal foul.
Okay.
So it's half distance to the goal.
I can turn it down if you want to ask.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So I'll give the pass, I guess, is what we got to do there. I'll get that in a second. But Yeomans will, the inside shuttle pass to Tripp Palmer. Same thing that happened on the 2-point try as well. Not much, if anything. I think nothing really on that pass. So you had a 12-yard pass, I think, previous to that to Cole Duke. And then a 0-yard pass right here. So Cole Duke gets the 12-yard pass. Tripp Palmer, the 0-yard pass. And the referee's calling something out. It should be third. Is it 2nd down and goal here? 2nd down and goal. At the 5-yard line. As the Broncos line up in an I formation here. Yeomans will take it himself and dive into the end zone. Touchdown, San Juan. As Bo Yeomans gets on the board with his first rushing touchdown of the game. And that'll make it 50-10 as the Broncos stretch the lead. And for Yeomans, his 8th rushing touchdown this season.
At 19 seconds left in the third quarter, too. And I did just confer with our rules analyst, Jess over here. And, yes, it's so you get the play. It happened after. So because of roughing, as you get half distance to the goal. So we were right. We were right on our analysis.
We gave it to him, and I should have just trusted you without saying a word. So, and I did, actually, I think.
I hardly trust myself. And the kick is up and just barely under, it looked like to me.
Oh, man.
Barely going to miss.
Well, now everyone knows why the Broncos go for 2 after every touchdown. And it will remain 50-10, so there's a couple zeros up there. 4.7 seconds is what remains in the third quarter. So we'll keep it here, and we'll take our break after this quarter ends. The Broncos will kick the ball away, and this should be the last play of the third quarter as San Juan up by 40 now in the state championship game.
Yeah, and what a great answer drive. What a great drive for the Broncos to come out and put it together there. Just, and you can't say, hey, why do you keep scoring? Why do you keep doing it? It's a state championship game, like we said. I would do it too. You've got to go out there and make them stop you.
Yeah, and you said that all year, and that's just a fact. You're just running the offense. I mean, what are you going to do when you have the ball? Just down it on every play and, three and out, kick it.
I've been the head coach and the defensive coordinator on the other side when teams have done that to me, and it doesn't feel good. But at the same time, you kind of got to respect it.
You're like, guys, make a tackle, man. So Yeoman's now 13 of 17 on the night, a real appropriate finish to his sophomore season. As this ball is booted by South Summit, and it's going to be recovered by Cole Duke of San Juan. That was like a return kickoff from the kickoff. I don't know if I've ever seen that. That ball attempting to field that, the South Summit player kicked the ball right back to the Broncos.
Yeah, if he had got it with his hands and took a little momentum out of it and it would just bounce off the turf, it doesn't go that far. But he runs up on that. As he runs up, he kicks it with his right foot and just comes off of him and then just rolls right past all the defenders.
Duke, yep.
and all their backs are towards him. So they don't know the ball's not in his hands. They're blocking, and San Juan has a perfect beat on it.
So as if it wasn't already going poorly enough for South Summit, that is really just kind of the icing on the cake here. As we head into the fourth quarter, Broncos up 50-10 with a running clock on South Summit, headed downhill towards their 5th straight state championship. Stay with us. We'll return for the start of the fourth quarter. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Need insurance? Jeff Nielsen at San Juan Insurance in Blanding offers auto, home, life, and health coverage. With more than 25 years experience, call 435-678-3223 or visit 60 North Main Street today.
Welcome back to Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. It is the site of the 2025 2A State Championship football game as the Broncos will have the ball to start the fourth quarter, up by 40 points. Jaggernese will get the handoff, bounces to the outside, and he goes all the way into the end zone.
Nope.
They're
going to call
said
it
he was
out.
out. My goodness.
At the 3-yard line.
3-yard line, okay. Well, I guess it's a 31-yard run for Jaggernese and not his 4th touchdown of the game. And I need to get a new color here. This is the fourth quarter, so.
And I did say, I think Coach Christian, I'll just keep going for it. But at the same time, he's smart enough to know that there's going to come a time when you may need a little grace out of the opposing coaching staff. And so you have to show it. And he's really good at that, too, about giving the other team a little bit of grace.
They did. Well, I'm not sure. It looks like, are they just looking over the sideline for the play, I guess? I thought maybe they'd go hurry up. But they've got a second down showing, but I thought, did we miss a play? I don't even know. Cole Duke is going to take a handoff here. That's rare, and he will fall into the end zone for a San Juan touchdown. That is Cole Duke's first rushing touchdown of the season.
They had a first down on this marker, second down over there. He just changed it to first down. You were right.
See. Yeah, crazy. So Cole Duke gets a rushing touchdown out of nowhere. We're going to start seeing some weird personnel here now, of course. That's going to mess me up, Coach Christensen. I don't have I guess I do. I do have some rushing yards possible here for Cole Duke. I just got to unhide a column is what I got to do. And so Cole Duke gets a 3-yard rushing touchdown.
And a PAT attempt by Cole Duke here.
And that one is up.
Looks like it's good.
And it's good. I believe, yep, it went through. So give me just a second to get my brain correct here. It's a fourth quarter rushing touchdown for Cole Duke. I believe that is 2 rushing touchdowns here in the second half. Maybe, did I miss? I already had 2 rushing touchdowns, so.
What are you missing over there?
I don't know. Did I miss a touchdown somewhere? Do we have 2 rushing touchdowns in the second half?
Has in the second half?
Yeah.
So
second half alone.
Neves a rushing touchdown, Duke a rushing touchdown, Yeoman's a rushing touchdown.
Yes, that's what I missed. There is 3 rushing touchdowns. Thank you. 3 rushing touchdowns. You know, once San Juan starts scoring touchdowns, you can easily miss them. You can easily miss them. And are there any passing touchdowns in the second half for San Juan? I don't think there have been.
Only South Summit.
Yeah. So speaking of South Summit, they're going to get a chance to return this one. And they will get around the 28-yard line to start. But again, under running clock rules, a 57-10 lead now for San Juan in the 2A state championship game as the Broncos really running away with it now. And this is what we've seen all season since that 4th game. And it's interesting, or since the 5th game, and this was the 5th game of the season for the Broncos against South Summit, and that was really their breakout game, so it's a pretty appropriate finish to the season and looks a little bit like that game now.
Yeah, when I called out those injured players, I missed Benny Long and also number 23, Jevin White, so credit to them, too, being part of this team and on the injured reserve.
As Ian Mayer has a pass stuffed as Trip Palmer. It's tough to pass over him when he gets up in the air. He's, of course, all-state high jumper for San Juan's track team, and so there you go. They shows it off right there.
I think you can make a shirt tipped by Trip. Sell
right.
that, you know. That I mean, he extended way up there, man. That would hopefully someone got a Max Prep, someone got a picture of that one because that'd be a classic to hang on the wall at the house.
Yeah, he climbed the ladder for sure. No chance of that ball getting over him. He might have blocked that with his face. I didn't see exactly what hit the ball, but the incompletion, and now they'll do a little slot back sweep here as Neff takes the handoff, and he kind of wishes he didn't over as he gets clobbered over here on the near sideline and only earns a couple yards. He got it with his hands, so give Mayer credit. He tried to throw it over the top of Tripp, but that was a tough call.
Nice close there by Jepson to get in there and drive him out of bounds.
Neff carries for 2 yards. That's his first carry since the second quarter. And he's got 7 yards on the night, 2 carries. As South Summit continues to take time in the offense, looking over to the sideline. And Art, I'd love to see a team that's equipped like San Juan. It's just such a disparity between the 2 offenses when you give the defense that time to rest. I'd love to see another hurry-up offense come against San Juan. Oh. There's another tip pass, falls incomplete. That was a strange deflection into a crowd again.
Well, he was throwing to number 44, and Jagger read that like a book, and he come crashing in there, and he timed it perfectly, gets there the same time the ball gets there, and he actually had the better chance to get that ball, but he collides into number 44 and drops it, and now they'll send him back, and obviously South Summit, they're going to punt this ball. You know, this is a great time to try a fake. What do you got to lose?
I was going to say, I mean, what do you have to lose? I mean, at this point, I think a couple of different calls in that first half, and you never know what might have happened. But
they do have a good punter, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, they do. They've got a good kicking game, but at this point, they've kind of run out of options. They had some options in that first half, but didn't make some calls we thought they should have just rolled the dice on. But, I mean, when you're up against San Juan, sometimes you just got to roll the dice, Art, and they didn't. Yeah, they were not aggressive. They did not take the chances I think they needed to in the first half.
And that's the key. You don't just have to match their intensity. You've got to match their aggressiveness out of the coaching staff.
Yeah. But they punted away here. I think that's understandable at this point. I don't know. I mean, 7.5 to go with the clock running, and the Broncos have it at their own 18. And The Broncos could easily put up more points right here, starting from their own 18.
We'll see a heavy dose of run game, I'm assuming here.
I love it when you say stuff like that, and then Coach Christensen comes out and does exactly the opposite of what you say.
They could throw it. I mean, look how close the South Summit defense is. Now they start backing up one, but he's within, 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, their deepest guy.
Yeah, you got a safety backpedaling now slowly, but
Yeoman's kept
Yeoman's kept it as he faked to Jagger Neves. I thought it might have gone to Neves, but Yeomans will take it for 5 right up
off
the left guard. Yeah, he's coming up limping.
Yeah, I think he might have. I think that's one of those guy problems, and that happens during a football game. Is all that is. I think coach is going to bring him
That'll
over.
That'll wear off.
Yeah.
So who are we going to see?
Well, he'll run Jagger at quarterback here.
As Jace Razor comes in to run, let's see, Yeomans wants to come out.
Bo was
Get
saying
back
no,
on
Coach.
the sideline, Jace. Get back on the sideline.
He's like, you ain't taking me out for that. That's not. Yeah. Hey, that's nothing.
So Yeomans back in there at quarterback from the shotgun. Fakes again to Neves, and guess what? He'll run it again.
Oh, we're going to figure a face mask at the end. That was a dirty play by the South Summit Wildcat. I'm just going to call it for what it is. Saw it right in front of me. That's a dirty play.
So it would have been close to first down yardage, but it will be a first down now. And I'm assuming that's one of those tacked on at the end of the run, right?
Yep. And that's just, I understand you're getting your butt whooped out there and you have your pride hurt, but you already got beat by him once this year. That's not called for. That's exactly how my kid was hurt against Summit Academy. Game was well in hand. Kid was a little upset that the game was in hand, and he just comes up, throws my kid backwards, and now he's out for football and wrestling. They're going to wave it off, but it was a face mask all the way.
Well, they're going to give him the first down yardage. I thought it was a 4-yard run, but we'll have to say 5 since it moves the sticks.
Yeah, I got no tolerance for that. Even if it's on my own team, man, I tell you, I hate poor sportsmanship out of players.
So the ball up to the 28 for San Juan. It's a 1st and 10. Yeomans continues to work for the shotgun. They're using a little bit more time now. In between plays, Jagger Neves will cut it up the middle, now bounce to the outside, and he's hit late out of bounds as well.
Sure. Helmet to helmet, too. Yeah. See, I'm telling you, it's getting to where South Summit is just being, come on, have some class.
Well, it's a 15-yard run for Neves, and then they're going to add some yardage at the end of it.
And I know probably none of their fans are listening to us, but at the end of the day, have better kids. That just kind of stuff irks me. Because you could seriously hurt a kid for what? You've already lost the game. What's it matter? You're going to take it out on a kid that just outworked you during the game? Let it go. Be better.
It does seem like some of the frustration coming through now down on the field. And so the clock will continue to run here. I guess that's why they call it the mercy rule. Yep. So that will move San Juan into South Summit territory to the 43.
You got Jace Razor in now. Single back.
So Neves is off the field unless he's a wide receiver.
Nope, he's out. He's on the sidelines.
So they're not going to keep him out there to be a target, I guess. He and Trip Palmer are out. That pass is low for Brig Palmer. Are they going to say he caught that ball?
Looks like the back just going to come in and say hit the turf because it did.
Incomplete, yeah.
But, yeah, they've taken out, and then they're starting to rotate some people in here. We got now coming in Cooper Laws. They're rotating out, giving these starters their acknowledgement as you've got Remy out. You've got Trey Bradford coming off to an applause. You've got Tripp out now. You've got Jagger out, of course. So you're bringing those kids out one at a time. 4:30 and the clock rolling here.
So here are the Broncos back up to the line of scrimmage. We're in the waning minutes now. 4:20 to go in this game. San Juan's going to win their 5th straight state championship as Jace Razor will carry for a couple right up the middle. His 3rd carry of the ball game. 36 yards for the junior. And Yeomans will come to the sideline for the play here. So the Broncos up 57-10. They've dominated this thing today, just like they have all season long against the rest of their 2A opponents. Nobody in the 2A could hang with the San Juan Broncos again this season.
You got Grady Lacey out there now, Rhett. You got Easton Knight at center. You got Durham Callahan out there. You got Pierce Holiday out there. You got number 57, Logan Williams out there. So you got kids getting some state championship action here for the Broncos.
As Jace Razor will take it again, and he's going to be wrestled down at the 40. That's a short pickup of 2 once again. And so the Broncos going strictly on the ground right now, just working the clock. And down to just over 3 minutes to go.
Keelan Hutchins out there. You've got Mike and Keith. Of course, Bo Yeomans, because he is the quarterback. You don't really have
he's
a
sophomore.
backup.
The kid's a sophomore. He's
running,
an underclassman, for crying out loud.
He's out there running this JV offense now, and they are,
this is who
down.
should be running the JV offense. It's unbelievable the season he's had this year
Brick
as a sophomore.
Palmer, a starter, but he's still out there, but a sophomore as well.
Hard count from the sophomore.
You're going to get a flag for
yeah,
a delay
he got
game.
delay game. Okay.
Yep.
I didn't realize. I thought he got him to jump, but so that'll mark him back and just give him some extra yardage to work with here. Once they set this ball, the clock will start again. 2:40. Could you end the game that way, or does the clock run here?
Yes.
You could end the game this way.
Well, it's 4th down, so you can't. You got to run a play here. You only got 19 seconds, 18 now on the play clock.
Could you just keep getting back-to-back delay of games in the mercy rule? You could.
You
could end the game that way.
Yeah, but that really kills the overall yardage for the game.
I've never seen that, but yeah.
You'll see a pooch kick here by Yeomans.
Yeah, as he steps up to the line. Man, that's always so close, but he gets it away. This is going to be nearly perfect if the Broncos, they will down. The ball will actually roll to a stop at the 1. What a punt, and likely the last play of his sophomore season for Bo Yeomans. And Coach Christensen gets hammered with the ice water down there on the sideline. That cannot be comfortable, but I'm sure he can hardly feel it. This is exciting, winning your 5th straight state championship. He just took a couple of buckets of that ice water down there.
Yeah, Trip Palmer doing the dumping, and so it was a good dump because he stands a good head and shoulders over Coach, so he was able to get it on there. Nice.
What a punt by Bo Yeomans to close out his sophomore career, as South Summit will start from their own 1 here now with 1:50 to go in the game. And they're going to keep it on the ground, and a pretty good run here. Out to across the 15 to the 18, it looks like, so a 17-yard run for Theus Reed. That's his best run of the ball game, the fullback, the big guy who comes in. It's only his 3rd carry, up to 21 yards now. Obviously, we've got some underclassmen or some backup guys on the D in there now. And San Juan up by 47, closing out their 5th straight state championship. South Summit with the football, trying to get some yardage here at the end of the game. And San Juan rips the ball out. Early whistles here as they say that they stopped Theus Reed's forward progress. He was right at the line to gain, so I think that's a 10-yard run. Or nope, looks like they're going to mark him back to a 7-yard run. This is all token stats now for both teams ultimately. And with South Summit on offense, they're the ones getting the yardage. They are still taking their time, though. We've sent Art down to the field. We'll see who we can get up here to do some interviews. After this is over with, it's about done as Mayer throws it far side, incomplete. That would have been a pretty big play, but it falls in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, and that may be it. That may be the final play of this ball game and this season in 2A football. As we'll see if they snap the ball one final time. South Summit down to 5 seconds to go here. They are going to get one more snap, it looks like, as Mayer works the shotgun. Taking his sweet time. They may not. They do get it away. Time expires on this final play, and it should have been intercepted by San Juan. Quincy Singer had it go right through the fingertips, and that's how it ends. The San Juan Broncos have won their 5th straight state championship. 57-10 is the final, so the Broncos join West, East, and Skyline in the top 3 of teams with consecutive state championships in the state of Utah. 8 championships in a row for West, 6 for East, and 5 for Skyline. And that goes back a lot of years, even into the 1800s. So the Broncos are in elite company now, and obviously will begin work tomorrow on their 6th straight state championship. But for tonight, they can enjoy this 5th straight title. We will take a break, and we'll return for the postgame here at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. 57-10 final. The Broncos take it as they dominate 2A opponents this season to win the 2A state championship. Return with us. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Oh, yeah, I got it. How to nourish plant. How to rescue plant. How to... Where to buy new plant.
Diamond Propane in Blanding, Utah is the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Call Chas Jacobson today at 435-678-2010 to fill your tank. Diamond Propane is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Ready to own a home across Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, delivers custom loans, great rates, and friendly advice. Sit with Britt and begin your journey today. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Planning a weekend project? Red Zay's Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Here at Lisle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lisle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Welcome back to Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. For those of you listening on Red Rock 92 radio tonight, you can't see it video-wise. Some of you may have listened to us on the radio and watched the state-sanctioned video stream of the Broncos on the near sideline now celebrating their 5th straight state championship as they win it over the South Summit Wildcats tonight. 57-10 is the final. And it is hard to believe 5 straight state championships for these Broncos. As Cash Palmer raises the trophy, the team celebrating with the trophy in front of their fans. And obviously a tough one for the South Summit Wildcats as they watch from their side of the field and await going back into their locker room. The Broncos are blocking the entrance to their locker room, so that's a tough situation. I guess they could go around the outside like the Broncos have been doing. We're hoping to talk to some personnel, whether it's players or coaches. I can see Art down there trying to send somebody up to us, and we'll get to that in a little bit, but we can take a look at some final stats while we wait. And as the team celebrates their 5th straight state championship. Pretty exciting for the San Juan Broncos. Each player taking a turn now to raise the trophy over their head and get an individual photo of themselves. The lighting here at Zions Bank Stadium sure is interesting. There are a lot of shadows down here on the sideline, so it's hard to see some of these players. There are a lot of shadows. The lights are spread out much farther than they would be on a normal football field, as this is normally a soccer pitch out here, so kind of interesting. But let's take a look at some final game stats, and this is all completely unofficial. This is my stats. Excuse me, and we will get to the official stats when we write about it in the San Juan Record this week. We'll obviously have a good photo spread of the San Juan Broncos and just commemorate the 5th straight state championship. But taking a look first at South Summit, and what a job the San Juan defense did. 236 total yards for the Wildcats tonight, 139 in the passing game, 97 in the rushing. San Juan allowed just the 1 touchdown, the big 37-yarder, and it was just back-to-back plays to start the 3rd quarter. And that really was a good portion of South Summit's offense tonight. The 12-yard pass followed by the 37-yard pass, 17-yard pass, followed by the 37-yard touchdown pass to Blake Osgathorpe. So that was really it. That was the biggest production that South Summit got on big back-to-back plays here tonight and resulted in their only touchdown of the game. So in the second half, San Juan held South Summit to 55 yards passing. That tells you how they were able to shut them down. Obviously, the running clock in the second half, and just 28 yards rushing for the Wildcats in the second half as well. So what a job by the San Juan defense and offense tonight. Ian Mayer finished the night 12 of 22, 139 yards passing, and again, this is all unofficial. Brody Larson, the leading running back, never touched the ball in the second half. He ended the night with 9 runs for 44 yards. Theus Reed had more carries than anybody in the second half. It was 2, as the game kind of switched to mainly passing for South Summit, but Theus Reed ended with 28 yards on 4 carries. Will Neff carried the ball twice for 7 yards tonight. Bryce Pulver also did not carry the ball in the second half. Had 22 yards rushing on 4 carries all total this evening. And then in the receiving department, looks like the leading receiver was Riker Brown with it was Blake Osgathorpe, the man who caught the touchdown pass, obviously 60 yards on 3 catches. Then it was Riker Bowen, had 41 yards on 4 catches. Gage Wolstenhume had 22 yards on 2 catches. And 16 yards for Jack Johnson on a couple catches as well. Most of these guys did not catch the ball in the second half. And then let's see, I think, Will Neff had 1 catch tonight for 5 yards. That was way back in the first quarter. And then Brody Larson out of the backfield had 1 catch for 12 yards tonight as well. And so that's all the stats for South Summit, who finish as the runner-up this season. San Juan Broncos dominating them here in the state championship to win their 5th straight state title. For San Juan, obviously the stats fell off a bit in the second half as well due to the running clock, but the Broncos finished with 558 total yards tonight, 327 yards passing, and 231 yards on the ground. 5 rushing touchdowns tonight and 3 passing for the San Juan Broncos, as Jagger Neves scores 3 touchdowns on the ground, takes over that title of most rushing touchdowns in a season in the state of Utah history of football. Bo Yeomans also carried for 1 touchdown tonight. And somebody else got a rushing touchdown as well. That was Cole Duke. Out of nowhere down in the receiving core, he carried for a 3-yard touchdown as well in that 4th quarter. So that's kind of a sneaky stat in there. And that's the 5 rushing touchdowns. But 3 passing touchdowns in the 2nd quarter were pretty impressive. A 70-yarder, 80-yarder, and a 61-yarder as Bo Yeomans finishes the night. 13 of 18 tonight, 327 yards passing. Oh, yeah, he also carried the ball 7 times for 64 yards. Jagger Neves ended the night with 126 yards rushing on 22 carries and the 3 TDs. Jace Razor had 4 carries tonight for 38 total yards. And then among the receivers, it was Trip Palmer with the opening touchdown catch of the night, a 70-yard reception. He ended the night with just 4 catches, though, 117 yards. So that's amazing. That's hard to believe, but 117 yards. And again, this is all unofficial on 4 catches. Nash Young had 5 catches tonight for 113 yards. So he ultimately was right behind Trip Palmer and had a great night in his final game as a San Juan Bronco as well. Both those players will be missed greatly, of course, next year by the San Juan Broncos as those seniors graduate. Those are the 2 main receivers, but Jagger Neves had a great night as well in the receiving department. He had 3 catches, including the 61-yard touchdown reception for 93 yards total this evening. And then Cole Duke rounds it out. He had a couple catches for 19 total yards tonight. So the San Juan Broncos win it 57-10 over the South Summit Wildcats. They win their 5th straight state championship here tonight at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. It really was not in question from the 2nd quarter on. It was a battle for the 1st quarter, like it has been against a lot of the 2A opponents this season, but the Broncos took it away from the 2nd quarter on here tonight, and it really was never in doubt. And so congratulations to the San Juan Broncos, who join some elite company with West, East, and Skyline as now the top 4 teams among consecutive state championship winners in state of Utah history, as the Broncos will notch their 5 straight 26 seasons after Skyline did it from 1995 to 1999. So it's been a while, but another team in the state of Utah has now won at least 5 straight state championships. We'll step aside and return to Zions Bank Stadium in a little bit. We'll try to continue the post-game show. We'll try to get a couple conversations with some coaches, some players. Stay with us. It is Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
Welcome you back to Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. And we're joined now by Bo Yeomans, a sophomore quarterback for the San Juan Broncos and now state championship winning quarterback. And I mean, as a sophomore, it's amazing to me that you were a sophomore and what a year you had. I thought it was interesting that you capped off your sophomore year with an absolutely perfect punt down to the 1-yard line. Great way to finish. What are your thoughts? What is your feeling after winning the state championship here tonight?
You know, I feel like everyone had a great game. I got to shout out our linemen, though. They're dogs. They're down in the trenches working their butts off, just doing everything that they can to make us look good.
And you guys did look good tonight. And you look good all season, and just the momentum that you guys have built. What was your feeling coming in tonight? Did you guys have absolute belief that there was nobody who could shut you down tonight?
Yeah, I think we came in thinking, we're the best team in 2A without a doubt. You just got to – and so we came in and I feel like we played pretty good. So just play your best and good things will happen.
We saw all game long. You give a shout-out to your linemen. I mean, you had all day to pass back there tonight.
Sir.
You had protection. I remember there was one play where you hit Tripp down at the 15, and Jagger was supposed to block for you, and he just kind of stood there. There was nobody to block. So,
yeah.
I mean, I know you give them a shout-out. It is a team effort. You got to have the whole team to make that happen.
Yes, sir.
So what's your excitement level? What do you guys do now tonight? Do you drive home tonight, or how are you going to celebrate this tonight?
Yeah, everyone's driving home. I'm gonna stay up here with my family and go party.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have family who lives up here in Harriman, or?
Not in Harriman, but I have some family in Orem who's down here, so we're gonna go have dinner and go hang out for a little bit.
Are there anybody you want to give shout-outs to, or anything you'd like to say to the folks listening?
Yeah, I'd like to give shout out to my mom and dad because they make all this possible.
What do you do when you get back home? Do you guys immediately start working on that 6th straight state title?
Yeah, pretty much. I bet you Monday everyone will be back in the weight room getting ready for next year.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Bo, for visiting with us. It was good to talk to you a couple times this year.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on a state championship, man.
Thank you.
A lot of fun to watch you play this year.
All right, thank you.
That's Bo Yeomans, the sophomore quarterback. He'll hand over the mic. We got some other players. Cash Palmer's going to come in here and join us. I'm not sure why I called you Cash Young. We'll just call you Cash Money. That's what we'll call you. I saw you raising that trophy, man. What are your thoughts tonight after winning this state championship?
It's a weight off my shoulders, to finally carry on that legacy, and just all the hard work's paying off right now, and it's awesome.
Tell me what it was that got it done for you guys tonight.
Well, we came in confident but humble, It's just like South Summit's a good ball team, and we had a game plan for them, but, we couldn't overlook them. So just coming in confident but humble is what I'd say.
What was it like down there? Was it chippy in the trenches down there? Is there a lot? Tell me about some of the secret stuff that goes on that we might not know, and keep it family friendly, maybe.
Yeah. Well, first half was all right, nothing too bad, and then second half started getting a little chippy for sure. But we tried to stay clean on our end. So, just.
What's it like for you? Are you just all the time beating your guys? Are there ever times where you're like, I have to make some adjustments? These guys are beating me on certain things, or are you just always victorious down there whenever you're blocking and defending?
Oh, yeah, there's a couple things. Most of the adjustment and work comes through the week, though, during practice and during all the hours we spend watching film. We spend a lot of time watching film as a team and individually, so a lot of that adjustment comes through film study and then just at practice.
Well, Bo Yeomans gave you guys a shout-out on the line. Without you guys, he wouldn't be able to stand back there and float these beautiful balls to Tripp and to Cash and to Cole tonight. And, there were times that he was just back there hanging out because you guys were blocking so well. Yeah. You guys were putting a wall out there in front of him. That's what makes you win a state championship.
Mm-hmm. A lot of hard work.
Tell me about your emotions now. 5th straight state championship. You guys are in elite company now in the state of Utah.
Yeah, a lot of mixed feelings because super stoked to get that 5th state championship. It's the way you want to end for sure, but it's a little sad playing your last high school football game,
Yeah.
Yeah, super stoked to get that 5th state championship. It's the best way to go out.
Are you looking at some college ball in the future? Or what's the future hold for you?
Yeah, I have 9 offers right now to go play college football.
That's not too shabby.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea of where you might go, or is that just up in the air right now?
Probably Snow College.
Okay,
as of right
cool.
Now. Yeah.
I heard of another guy. Another guy was on the rushing touchdown lead in the state of Utah who went to Snow College.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah. Yeah, you may. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's I don't know why I can't remember his name right now offhand. Jalen Warren. You've heard of him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he went to Snow College. So,
yeah.
So there you go.
Yes, sir.
So that's pretty good company as well. Jagger passed him tonight for rushing touchdowns in a season. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's
too.
awesome.
Good season for you, good career, man. It was a lot of fun to watch you
thank
play.
you.
Are there any shout-outs that you want to give before you sign off here tonight?
Oh, my coaches and my parents mostly. The coaches keep us in check. This is impossible without them, I think without this coaching staff, would be impossible. We have the best coaches in the state of Utah, and I'll stand behind that. And then just my parents for getting me here. All my teammates and all my buddies have been here along the way.
Awesome, Cash. And tell me, what does celebrating look like for you tonight?
Well, won't be sleeping on the bus ride home. It's going to be a party on the bus ride home. Then we got a parade tomorrow through town, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Will you guys – so you have the parade tomorrow. Will the fire trucks greet you guys as you're coming into town tonight and all that?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
That'll be a pretty late return.
Yeah, it'll be late.
I bet they'll come out and give you guys an early parade tonight when you get home too. So
Yeah.
It should be a lot of fun. Congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations, and we'll see. We'll see in the future. We'll keep in touch and see what goes on.
Absolutely.
With you. Awesome, man. 5th straight state title.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Awesome. Thank
Cash
you.
Palmer, thank you for visiting with us, man. And he will pass over the mic. We got some other guys waiting here to chat with us too. Here's another guy we watched all year, Trip Palmer. Trip, I don't know what to say about you and your ability to receive the ball out there and also defend. We saw you all over the place tonight. We saw you sacking the quarterback. We saw you stuffing his passes. I mean, it's a team effort out there, but, I mean, you had an excellent career and an excellent game here tonight to win the 5th straight championship. What are your feelings tonight?
I feel great. It's a really good feeling to see all the hard work and everything you've put in throughout. I mean, really, it started back in January, all summer. It's really great to see that pay off, so I'm feeling great.
Is it sinking in yet, what you guys have done?
A little bit. It's still crazy, though. 5 in a row, I think that it's something that I really don't want to take for granted. It's a crazily unique opportunity, so, yeah, it's just awesome.
Tell me what the battles were like down there for you tonight against South Summit. Did you feel like it was easy for you in the secondary? I mean, you were able to get open on a couple occasions for sure.
Yeah, it was good stuff. They're a really good team. They came to play hard and everything. But yeah, it was good battles. Super competitive. I wouldn't want it anyway else. A little chippy, and that's the way it should be played. It was super fun.
You guys ran that play all year where you would go up the middle, just kind of on a skinny post or a post route, and Bo was able to hit you with a beautiful ball. You did that tonight, and that got you that first 70-yard touchdown pass tonight. What was the feeling as you're scoring that touchdown? That was early in the game, so.
I mean, great, honestly. It's just, it's so great, like a full team effort, the whole line blocking and everything, and just seeing a play that we practice over and over and just come into play and work perfectly to help us secure the win. It's great.
At what point in that play do you know it's about to work? What are the thoughts there?
For me, for a play like that, I'm kind of I'm leaning in a little bit. I see the safety flip his hips, and I know it's over from that point. I break inside. I see the green field, and it's wraps.
Man, you got to the quarterback on a couple of times. It was fun. First of all, you creamed him right here for the sack, your 3rd sack of the year, and then you stuffed his pass. I mean, you're just coming in off the edge. Are you seeing something? How are you coming in untouched like that?
It's a pretty new position for me. I was still just learning it towards the end of the season, but yeah, just trying to beat the tackle out there and just trying to get that edge, I guess. I don't know. Trying to go fast and hard.
Well, it worked. Whatever you were doing, it worked for sure. So what, are you riding home on the bus tonight? What's the celebration look like for you?
Yeah, we'll just a lot of driving, but
yeah,
not a lot of sleeping. We'll have some fun and, eat some junk food probably and have a good time for
I
sure.
imagine it'll go fast. It'll be a fun ride home for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So what's the future look like for you?
So I'm really excited. I'm planning on going on a 2-year mission, and then after that playing football at Utah State. So I'm super pumped for that.
Awesome, man. That'll be cool. Yeah, and that's interesting. After a couple of years, we need you to stay in touch with us and just remind us of what you're doing in those 2 years, 2 years down the road, so we can pay attention to you at Utah State.
Yeah.
All right,
certainly.
Man. Congratulations on the state championship. This is your 4th in a row, right? So you came in right after the first state championship.
Yeah, I remember. We were in 8th grade.
You remember in 8th grade? That's awesome, and you guys have lived up to the hype for sure. Nobody compares to you guys in 2A football right now. So congratulations. You guys are an elite company as far as the state of Utah history goes, man.
Appreciate
Congrats on that. Have a great ride home, man. Have a good
you.
celebration. That's Trip Palmer, who wins his 4th state title tonight in a row. We're going to get a chance to talk with Jagger Neves. And Jagger, each game, I've just been saying that you're setting another record in the state of Utah, man. You are now tops in season touchdowns total, season rushing touchdowns, and season points. You're second all-time in the state of Utah for career points and career touchdowns. It's been a pretty impressive career for you, man. Congratulations on a great career.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What are the feelings tonight after winning this state title?
Very emotional. I was already crying within 5 minutes left of the 4th quarter, so it's just awesome to see all of our hard work come down to this.
So what are your feelings that you'll take from this field here tonight? How do you go forward?
Can you say that again?
Is this something that your feelings, I guess, leaving this field here tonight? Is it will this live on? Obviously, this will live on forever in your memory. And so, what exactly does this mean to you?
Means a lot. I feel like we won this game back in the summer.
Yeah.
7-on-7s, waking up early. So it's an amazing feeling.
Tell me what's the secret been for your team this year? What's made you guys so dominant? It's not even just this year. It's all 5 of these years you guys have been dominant.
Weight room's a big thing. And definitely coming out with energy, just yelling at the top of our lungs, just intimidating the other team. I feel like that's how we win a lot of our games, just having a lot of energy.
Are you going to keep weightlifting the rest of your life? Now that football's done, you're just going to keep weightlifting?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
What do you?
Stay big.
What's the plan for the future for you?
That's a great question. I haven't really thought that far ahead. Right now, I only have 2 offers, both NAIA, so we'll see.
Hey, so to be able to play football at the next level is pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, congratulations on those offers. And
Thank you.
what does it look like for you tonight? Are you riding home with the team on the bus?
Oh, yeah.
How do you think that's going to go?
As Bob Cly always says, we're going to party all night.
Bob Cly?
Yep.
That's funny.
That's his saying.
Are there any shout-outs you want to give before you sign off tonight?
My line, I would not be able to do this without them. Those guys are dogs. And just the coaches, I feel like we out-coach every team we play. So those guys for sure.
Yeah, and tell me what, I've asked the other guys too about this. We kind of can see from a distance what it's like for you guys, but what's it like down in the trenches down there? What stuff is, and keep it family friendly, but what stuff is being said? What's it like? What do you talk to the other team while you're down there? What's the battles like down there?
Our line definitely talks a lot of trash.
Yeah, okay.
Mainly gauging cash, but I don't really say much. As Coach C says, Jagger, run. So I just run.
Keep your mouth shut and run.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. This has been fun to watch. And, I mean, San Juan football now, you guys are moving up and up, as far as state of Utah history football. It's pretty impressive what you guys have accomplished. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Jagger Neves. Really fun to watch you play all these years, man, as he also wins his 4th straight state title in a row and makes it the 5th in a row for San Juan. Is there something else you want to say, or you look like you have something else you want to say? You can wax eloquent if you want.
I don't ever got much to say.
Okay, all right. I think we got Tad Barton we might chat with over here in his final game as a coach. Thanks, Jagger. That's an awesome accomplishment, man. Great state championship for you. Tad's going to grab the mic. And Tad, hopefully you're not going to start weeping on us here, man. It might make me cry too, but I've obviously had some basketball games with you. It's been an awesome career for you. I know they're going to miss you as a coach on this team. And what are your thoughts after a 5th straight state championship in a row?
I'm just grateful to have been a part of it, to be with this coaching staff, such a great group of men and these young men. Just to be along for the ride has been awesome. Has your role with the team been the same right from the start? Have you always been the line coach, or have things changed for you over the years? They've changed a little bit. I used to coach both the offensive and defensive line. When I first got here, I coached the freshman sophomore team. I did what Coach Anthony Bayless did, called the offense there and coached those younger guys, and helped Principal Ryan Nilsson, who was our varsity line coach, helped him out on the younger kids and whatnot there. But so it's changed a little bit. So what does it take to be a line coach? What is it? Is it mainly strength training? Are there techniques that you're coaching? What all does it entail? Well, it's both. I mean, strength is a huge thing, no matter what position you're at on the field, right? Mm-hmm. And our weight room, these boys have bought in, especially these last 5 years, and it's really even before that. I would say that 2021 team started buying in when they were freshmen. Yeah. And so then they just build up. But then there's lots of technique, and great technique will make up for just about anything. I mean, you add that with the power and the strength, which my guys, I felt tonight, really played really well. My guys up front, they combined those two things and just kind of dominated the line of scrimmage. Well, I know. Let me ask you about, and I can't remember the first question I asked you if I touched on this, but what are your emotions tonight after this? Oh boy, all week it's been a whole lot of them back and forth. Yeah, I'm gonna miss this, but I'm going on to some really good things. So it's gonna be good. It's good for some young blood to get going too, and get some new energy back into this program. And I have no doubt that Coach C will find somebody that will probably do a lot better job than I did, even, and just take it to the next level. So. Well, you guys are a team, and I heard even Jagger Neves, I think it was just mentioned,
every team that you guys come up against, you out-coach them. And it's Coach Christensen for sure, but it's all of you guys as a unit, as a team. And how does that feel to know, I mean, especially in 2A football, you guys are the best coaching staff, I think, by far.
I mean, that's the goal, right? To be the best at whatever you do. And I have no doubts. We're trying not to sound arrogant or cocky here, but we're the best coaching staff in the state, and it's because Coach Christensen has got the plan, the dream, and the vision, and he's put us all together, and he's given us our responsibilities. Everyone takes those serious, and we just love these boys. We love San Juan football. Almost everybody on our staff is an alumni, and I can't say this, you grow up bleeding Bronco blue, and it just stays in your veins, and there's a special connection there just because you just want that legacy to carry on.
Yeah. I don't know that everybody appreciates how much sacrifice there is for coaches. What does it take for you guys? How much time do you have to give? Do you ever see, your family or your friends? Do you ever have time for yourself, or is it just all coaching all the time?
Oh, yeah, you have time. You have to make time. You have your priorities, right? And I've prioritized football for a lot of years, and being single, it's been allowed me to do that. And so, but no, Coach, all these men are great fathers, husbands, and prioritize their family, and then football, and which is the way it should be. But this is an extension of their family. A lot of them have nephews or sons on the team, and so it's really special. I feel very lucky. I got to coach 2 of my nephews who I love to death, and it's just a special experience. And it just, again, it comes all back to that culture we have there at San Juan, and it's just a big family, and yeah.
Well, I know you'll stay in touch. I know you'll visit. Tell me what the future holds for you.
Well, don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, but I am leaving town. I met the most wonderful, beautiful lady in the world, and she's put up with me. So,
that's the best.
And her job is required us to leave Blanding. She was never there, but I'm going to have to leave Blanding. And so like I said, it's a good thing I'm moving on to some good stuff, and I have no doubt that just a cog in the wheel, and another one will come in and take that and move on from there. So.
Well, I think you're more than a cog in the wheel. Do you guys, I know that the coaches come in a limo to these games. Do you ride home by yourselves, or are you going to be with the team on the way home tonight?
I'll be with my nephew Tyson, who helps us coach the line, and he also coached the freshman defense. He was a defensive coordinator there on the freshman.
So you'll have a little bit more calm ride.
Yeah, well, and we're just going down to Lehigh. My younger sister and her family live there, and we'll spend the night there, and we'll go home early in the morning. But So we'll have a little bit of time. I kind of wish I could be on the bus. Yes and no, right? Yeah, Nobody wants to ride a bus that far, but it would be fun.
Nobody wants to ride. Man, we ride buses a long way around. Well, I don't, but yeah, you guys ride buses forever. Is there anything else you want to say before you sign off tonight to anybody who might be listening?
I don't know if she's listening, but a shout out to Candace. Mm-hmm. She's been an awesome support and supported me through all this, and it hasn't been easy for her. So she's been down there, and I've been in Blanding, and we've met up as much as we can and see each other as much as we can. But I couldn't have made it through this season without her support. So just shout out to her and to my O-line. I can't forget them, but they were awesome this year, and they dominated tonight.
They sure did, man. They sure did. Well, thanks. This is Coach Tad Barton for chatting with us. Great career with San Juan, man, and I know we'll talk to you in the future, but congratulations, you guys, on a 5th straight state championship. It's pretty impressive.
Thank you, and thanks for all that you and Art do for our boys and through the paper and through the Red Rock and Pitcher at Palmer.
It's our pleasure. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
For the honor of chatting with you. Have a good ride home.
Good night, man.
Love you, man. All right, that's Tad Barton, who is a huge part of this state championship and these 5 state championships in a row. I guess Barkley was too wet to talk with us. He'll get us on the we'll invite him into the studio again. It's getting old hat to have that guy in the studio these days, but we got Art back on the mic here.
Well, I talked to Coach C, and I asked him. I'll go up there. You can let those guys go first and talk. And
he's out.
But I'll tell you, if you look off the bleachers here, and you can't see it on the radio, obviously, but me and you can, everyone's still here, and they're down there just having a great time with those kids. And that's where he's probably in the middle of that mess.
Yeah, and we'll get a chance to talk with him this week, of course. So for those of you who joined us, we'll obviously have a special probably Wednesday. I'm not sure what day we'll have the team in. We'll have Coach Christensen, and we might have a couple players in there. It's crazy. These kids will talk. They'll talk a bunch of trash, and they'll talk this and that. But you get them in that studio and put a mic in front of them, and suddenly they clam up, man. It's ridiculous. They look at you like deer in the headlights, man. But, yeah, I can hear them cheering down there. It is a 5th straight state championship. It's hard to put that into words, the excitement they must be feeling. Man, it goes by so fast, Art, and it's another football season in the books. And we're going to air this. Obviously with the state-sanctioned video, we may have not gotten as much views tonight on our stream as we normally would. For those of you driving, probably you were trying to listen to classic hits, and we forced you to listen to some football tonight. But we're going to re-air this, or we're not going to re-air it, but we will have it on the podcast list on redrock92.com. So you can download that at will, and you can listen to Art and me call this game 92 times if you want for the rest of your life. It's 5 times in a row, man. I don't know what else to say about it. It's pretty exciting. They're up in elite territory now.
Well, I just give a shout-out to the coaching staff, the kids, the community. And that's what it's all about. And people wonder, how San Juan's so good, and maybe they should move to 3A, and I call bonk on that. They're a 2A team, and they deserve to be where they're at because you shouldn't punish a team for being successful. And this team, unlike most 3A, 2A, 1A teams, I don't care what you say. I've been around. I know coaching. I know different programs, and there is not a team, maybe even some in 4A, on down that work as hard in the offseason as this group of coaches and kids do. They have 40, 50 kids 4 days a week in the summer when most kids are out fishing and jumping off of rocks, in early morning practice and weightlifting, watching film, and doing the things that it takes to get the 5th state championship in a row. There's no secret here to how they got here. It's just hard work, determination, and relentlessness on the field and in the weight room and throughout the summer. And there's a lot of programs just don't want to do that. And so kudos to them. And I'm going to say something about Tad because I was an O-line coach, did it for 8 years, and it's not an easy thing. There are so many schemes you have to teach your kids and different techniques. And that guy, in my mind, top in the state as O-line coach. There's a lot of big-time programs in the state of Utah in the 6A classification, 5A, 4A, whatnot, that don't have the type of line coach that he is. I'm sure that Coach Christian will find someone, and we talked about Coach Fear coming in to help the staff. Maybe he's that guy. Maybe they do that with someone that's already on there. But he's not someone that you just easily replace.
Right.
And sometimes he is the tradition, just like Coach C is, and all those coaches. It's not just the kids that go out there and get it done. It's the preparation throughout the week, the film study, and teaching them the right and the wrong way to play football. And that's how you go get wins. That's how you get a 5th state title. And, man, it's exciting to be a part of it, even though we just get to sit up here and make jokes and clamor around. But it's exciting times, and it just gets harder from here. But they're a program that's built to continue because they do all those little things right.
Yeah, congratulations. It's earned. It's well-earned. It's well-deserved. It was obvious this season they were dominant, and they were dominant here tonight in the championship game in a 57-10 final. It's crazy. We're going to sign off for the final time. Want to say some thanks, as we do, as the Broncos win their 5th straight state championship. And thanks especially to the Picture It Palmer / StreamUtah.Live crew. Caleb Carr is sitting here all wounded from a motorcycle mishap this past week. So, man, you have made the trip, and you guys have put in some hard hours with us too. So,
well, and his wife Emma's here,
and Emma's here as well. She's putting in some hard hours, and
she's probably the reason why we're so good tonight.
Yes, that's right. She had to go to work tonight since Caleb is a wounded warrior this evening, and she takes care of him. And I want to say thanks to you guys, and thanks to Lane as well. He put in some hours. Cortland Lyman this year, of course, too. And we've still got a lot ahead with basketball coming up, but the StreamUtah.Live guys make it happen. They're the ones who provide the video all year until the state kicks us out. So those guys, all the sponsors as well, we couldn't do these without you. And for all the listeners and the viewers, you guys are the reason we do this. Hopefully you had a great year of football listening and watching this season. It was a lot of fun as the Broncos win the championship for the 5th straight time. So on behalf of all those folks, we will hit the sponsors one final time during the close here. On behalf of Art Adair, It is Rhett Sifford saying so long from Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. We will see you for some basketball. It's probably not going to be this week. It may be in a couple weeks. It may be after Thanksgiving. We'll announce that on the radio when that's going to happen, and we'll see you then. Until then, it's Rhett Sifford saying so long. Have a great rest of your weekend, high school sports fans.
Friday Night Lights is a production of Red Rock 92 Sports and StreamUtah.Live. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, San Juan Building Supply, Blue Mountain Foods, Bradford Tire, Desert Rivers Credit Union, San Juan School District Adult Education, Diamond Propane, Colleen Kays, Four Corners Homes, Peterson Medical, San Juan Counseling, Creative Floors, Holiday Construction, Lee Collision Repair and Restoration, San Juan Health, Crowley Construction, Monson's Quality Meat Processing, Northern Electric, San Juan Insurance, Dependable Auto Repair, Precision Rehab, Red Mechanical, San Juan School District CTE Programs, Diamond Designs, Blue Mountain Hospital, Energy Fuels, San Juan Public Health, Emory Telcom, Countywide Realty, Red's Ace Hardware, Canyonlands Tire, Empire Electric, Flights Gymnastics, Utah Navajo Health System, Utah State University Blanding, San Juan Pharmacy, Four Corners Regional Care Center, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Napa Motor Parts, San Juan Credit Union, Primary Residential Mortgage, and Westcott Motors. We're the home of live high school sports coverage in southeastern Utah, Classic Hits Radio, Red Rock 92, and StreamUtah.Live.